shit. I pressed the button. Okay, I can call some camera. Hello? Hello, hello. Let's see. Let's check that microphone. Okay. This microphone's good. Here, can you say something?
Something.
Okay. Alright. Ready? You don't have to be that close. Yeah, we're ready.
Something.
Alright, hello everybody to the live stream at Opti TV. We are here at Fort Lauderdale Yacht Club at the every year team race regatta. We're very happy to be here. We're gonna start sharing with you guys all the final races. With me today I have Arthur, head coach and program manager at LYC. Hi Arthur. And with me I have head coach of Coral Reef Yacht Club, Omari Scott. Hey Omari.
How's it going?
What's up, guys?
Hey, nothing. Hey, we're very excited. We're about 10 minutes out for starting the first race of the knockout rounds.
Yeah, it's important to understand how it's going to work, right? The format that they have set up. Right now we have first race will be 5 versus 6. Then we have, 3 versus 4. The winner of those two will go against each other. And then two goes against the winner of those races as well, while the one just sits around and waits for a bit. So that's the format. There's a couple of races there to be done, but good racing with great wind right now.
For sure. Congrats, coach, on being the 1 seed.
Oh yes, that was hard work. Hard work. There's a lot of really tough teams here, so getting to the 1 seed wasn't that easy, but I'm happy sitting and waiting in the finals because I think the semis and the knockouts right now are going to be really tough as well.
Yeah, also we've been getting really lucky with the weather this year. Like, I remember last year was pretty light, which makes it really hard, especially if you want a team race on light wind. You know, there's really no room for error when you're doing, team race on light wind. But now we've been getting lucky to have 8 to 10 knots. Even yesterday, I think it felt up to the 14, 15 yesterday, which was really good. So it's been a great championship so far.
Yeah, perfect team racing conditions. And for those of you watching at home that haven't seen this event live before, this is like a high school or college regatta where the sailors rotate off of the docks. The boats are provided. We have colored team race sails. It's still on 4-on-4, which is the real team racing format. 4-on-4 is much better than 3-on-3 because the power is with controlling the pairs and putting the other team in last. Most really competitive races, but huge thanks to Lauderdale Yacht Club and Coach Mauricio Galarce, who put together this stellar green fleet. The boats are in the best condition they've been in ever. All new tiller extensions, new main sheet blocks, so easy for the sailors who are used to sailing really top-notch Optis to boat handle and make their maneuvers.
Yeah, no, again, I'm going to emphasize on really thanking Fort Lauderdale for making this event really easy. Again, like you say, the fact that we can have all the parents here, we don't have to bring boat sail, like really makes it really easy to come here, right, every year. And again, it's a beautiful venue, beautiful yacht club, so really nice. All right, well, we're going to fade to black for a little bit while we get the races set up, so we'll see you guys in a second. back with audio. All right, and we're back. We wanted to take this couple minutes before racing started to thank one of our sponsors, Christchurch School. They thanks to them, we are here every year, hearing this amazing footage for you guys. So right now, today, next to me, we have Haley from Christchurch School, working on admissions, that came out here to represent the school and be here with us today. So I'm gonna hand it to Haley.
Yeah, it's been really fun to get to be here, and this is our second year sponsoring Opti TV at this regatta, so we're grateful to get to work with you guys.
Yeah,
It seems like it does a lot for the kids to be able to have it all streamed and shown.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. Yeah, again, like not only for the kids, like all the families, you know, like it's really nice that all the families, even the guys, like the parents, grandfathers that cannot come to the event and are at home can still watch the event and see how the kids doing. And again, thank you very much, you and Christchurch.
Yeah, and for people who are interested, the best way to get a hold of Christchurch is just to go to our website and fill out an inquiry. And then, of course, if you're at the regatta, I'll be here for the rest of the day and would love to meet with you. But Christchurch is a boarding school for grades 9 through 12 of about 210 students located on the Rappahannock River in Virginia. And we have a nationally competitive sailing team. So it's fun to get to work with the Optis so that when kids age out, they might look at Christchurch as an option for boarding schools.
Yeah, no, myself, I'm part of the Christchurch family. Back in the days, I used to race. I didn't go to school there, but I would spend my summers there racing with them. They had an amazing program, and every time I would go to the school, I would fall in love with the place. So I would totally recommend you guys go check it out. Contact Haley. It's an amazing school and great program.
And shout out Christchurch sailor Maddie Jansen, who was on the winning team, champion at this regatta last year.
Woo!
And she's up in New York competing in fleet racing today.
Amazing.
So,
Awesome. Yeah, I have 3 sailors that I coached in the past that all attend the school, and thanks to your school and coaching staff for being willing to let them do Optis last year and supportive of this class. So thank you.
definitely. Thank you.
All right, now it looks like we just got the warning signals for the first race of the knockout season, so we're gonna start showing some action anytime soon. We're gonna switch the camera right now. As you guys can see right now, we have the race committee. Kids getting ready. For you guys don't know how exactly a start sequence works right now, the sounds that you just heard are the warning signals to get the sailors that are next on the next race, get them ready. Now they're gonna start with a sequence in a bit, which is a sequence of 3 minutes before they can start.
You see the motorboat going by in front of the race committee boat, and you saw Parker there in the bow holding a red and a green flag. And so Opti team racing is fully umpired, like any other sport, like the NBA, like soccer. The referees, who we call umpires, play a big role in making it a fair competition. And when the sailor wants to present a protest for an incident, they fly their red flag. And then if nobody acknowledges the penalty and it takes a one-turn penalty, then the umpire will become involved and fly a green flag, which means everyone keep going, keep sailing, or a red flag, which means one or more sailors is going to have to take a 2-turn penalty.
Yeah, super important to know too, like, and get to team racing, it's a lot about one team against the next, but it's still a sailboat race. So it's super important to have good starts, super important to keep the boat going fast. And team racing is really about strength in numbers and rapid communication, clear communication between the teams. Or if you have anything you can shed on that in terms of starting, like what do the teams usually try to accomplish at the start? Are there any secrets or any ways they will go into the starts to have an advantage?
You want me to tell you my secrets on the start, Omar?
Well, not necessarily, but I mean, let's hear a little bit.
Everybody bring their notebooks out. The Arthur's secret book.
There's a couple advantages, I think, to engaging your opponent right at 2 minutes. I think that it's good. We want to establish control of the pairs, and we like to run kind of a zone at the start line where somebody's going to cover each end. To your point about fleet racing being important, we want to cover both sides in case the wind shifts.
Perfect. And in this venue right here is a typical venue where things like that happens. As you can see from the footage right now, You're just surrounded by land for the most part, so it gets really shifty, and there is current as well that plays a factor here, which affects the sailors not just only on the start but around the course at setting mark traps, etc. So
also, we don't have a sandbar very nearby the race course, so I guess that could also, if we get a really low tide, that could also interfere a little bit with where you want to be strategically positioned.
yeah, and that could be a headache for the PRO setting the course. We don't have a lot of space in here, so that sandbar, yes, if it goes low enough, can definitely be an obstruction, get in the way. So sailors do have to look out for that and try to avoid it at all costs.
Again, more reasons why this event is so unique, right?
So we're under a minute to the start, and this is the 5-6 play-in race. 30 seconds there to make the playoff. We got Lauderdale 2 in the red sails. Sorry, not sure on the colors. Lauderdale 2 versus Coral Reef Vectran.
Yes.
Right now I'm on the drone.
Yes, right now Coral Reef Vectran is in blue,
Yeah, I'm
and Lauderdale 2 is in green. They're queuing up for the start here.
And they're off.
So right now we're just looking for the balance off the start here in terms of the pairs, as Arthur spoke about a little bit. Looks like CRYC
Someone's over.
Vectran. Oh yes, we have people over here. One going back. All right, so not a great thing for the green here. There's just one sailor, from your team that's not started, so it's a 4 versus 3 on the course right now, which plays to the strength in the direction of the blue team. Team racing is about numbers, advantage in numbers. So right now, the blue team should be looking good, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, LYC 2 in tough shape here. 2 boats having to go back over the line early. PRO Carol Ewing calling the line.
Yep. And the way it works is obviously just calling down. It's super important for the guys starting at the boat end on each team to communicate whenever someone even looks like they're over, because they can see the entire line. So the special job there for the boat starters for sure in that situation.
Communication, lots of communication in team race, very important.
All right, so first beat, Arthur, what do we have? What are we looking for?
Yeah, well, Lauderdale's trying to catch up with their 2 boats that are in last and second to last, and the ones in the front are going to have to help them out, slowing the race down.
Specific places that they start to slow, or you think they just go right away?
I think you're pretty desperate right now. I would definitely want to start covering their wind, and we'll see as we get close to Mark 1 if there's going to be a mark trap. Mark traps are a big way to slow the race down as well.
All right.
We say the windward mark trap is the friend of the team that's losing.
Very good. As you watch here,
Back on the
good
front.
wind, huh? You see the boats moving nicely.
Go to Mark 1. Mark 1. Go medium.
Let's
400.
see if this green bowl might set up a mark trap
Coral
over
Reef
here.
spread out pretty nicely coming into this mark, so not so much
switching to you.
Lauderdale can do, but they're keeping first place, keeping the 1.
We're live.
Looks like green is 6, 7, 8 here. Not very strong, so the blue team's looking good. Coral Reef here.
Start following them.
LYC may have the 1, but then the Coral Reef team looks like 2, 3, 4, 5.
There you go.
Strong position here.
Stay with the first boat when you're right.
When the green boat in first tries to slow, it's very important to go for a split. Oh, we see a penalty turn happening here. CRYC is still in a potential play 1 situation with an easy pass back on that green boat, but decided not to go.
Pulling away from to drone in 3.
And now we'll see what happens on the downwind.
Looks like we have a race on our hands.
Yeah.
Again, that's the beauty about team race, right? Even though if you get to the first mark on a really strong play, anything can happen, right? Like
Hey, Eduardo, set up
just
for
one maneuver away from one
three,
couple penalty
go
turns
wide
from
on
being back in the game, right?
Yeah, no, super important. Just the view that we had at Mark II. It's all about both teams are trying to do something at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right there, the green boat is really trying to slow, while the blue team there is trying to convert to a strong, stable combination, which is a 1, 2, 3, 4 in that situation. So both teams, it's really about which team can execute what they need to do the fastest. And right there, the key boat was boat number 2, that green boat. If he can slow faster than the blue boats can convert, then they're in business. So let's see how they come into the bottom mark here.
To you in 3, 2, 1. You're live.
Looks like we have
Yeah, it looks like Coral Reefs sailed themselves into a 1-2-3. That's the strongest winning combination.
3, follow the action to the next mark.
So what would the fourth boat in this situation on the blue team be doing right now? What do you think, Arthur?
It depends on a lot of factors. Their position in the race, if the X flag went down, if everyone cleared the line.
Okay, go to
You know,
200,
if that flag didn't go down, you want to be 1, 2, 3, 5 or better, so that you're OCS proof.
And what's the addition for the OCS, just so that the viewers can understand?
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't do math.
Really, just it's if they're in the race, there's an additional points to that person who did not come back. But as Arthur says, blue is in 1, 2, 3, going around the last mark, and now they'll probably do something they call a weave, where they try to cover all sections of the course and balance it out with the opponent. So, you know, if they go left and there's a left shift, there's actually a blue boat there with that person. So just kind of keeping tabs on them the entire beat just to stay ahead.
So
Everyone's sailing as fast as possible here, huh? The Coral Reef sailors want to sail to the finish. They're winning. The Lauderdale sailors want to catch up to them. And even the Coral Reef sailor in 8th place is trying to pass someone to grab an ace, as we call it, make the play more solid.
And super important here as well, because the green team actually is not looking good, but it's not over for them. They have to try and find a way to slow the boats or slow the other team from behind. And one of the easiest, quickest ways to do that is to maybe try to engage in an attacking duel with a boat that's ahead. And it's up to the blue boats that are winning to realize, hey, that's not what we should be doing. We should be trying to go fast here. So let's see if they can keep it coming up to the finish here.
So again, going back to how important communication is, right? Like having everybody, because again, everybody is on an individual sailboat, right?
Yeah,
Keeping
so,
that communication between the entire team across the water is really important.
and this is
Final
good here for
cross
green,
right
huh?
here. Green
Yeah.
picked off a boat, so if they can really slow them down, maybe they have a chance.
Yep, that's the key. Port starboard tack here.
Yeah, I know.
Looks
Okay,
like a clean
go ahead
one.
and go to the first mark.
It's really important for green to try and get that one blue boat back and not make them finish. What do we have? It looks like they're finished. Yep, looks like they're finished. Looks like a 1-2-4 combination, 1-2-4-8. That is a winning combination for blue.
That is a winning combination.
All right.
And we're on to the
Hooray
first
for Coral
leg
Reef.
of the next race of the. Now we're on to the third final bracket. I'm not sure what you call it.
That 3 versus
We
4.
have LYC 1 in pink against
Going to
Carolina red.
Carolina.
Black. Carolina.
2, 1.
Awesome.
Carolina team, pretty new to the event. Probably the first time we've had them here. What do you think? I can't remember them being here before.
Coming up close.
Yeah, they've put together a really nice team. Got some good sailors. Wyatt Lip, Marcus Durlack, and working with Coach Alex Zimmerman, doing a great job sailing a great regatta.
It's awesome. It's awesome to watch and see like that team come in and kind of improve as the races go on and the day go on, and that's what we look for from all the teams. Personally, I can say the same thing happened with my team. You know, the first races of the day, they're super cold, not the greatest, lots of mistakes, but as they continue to do races, they got better.
Building that confidence.
Yeah, and it's great to see Carolina, a new team here, but definitely has some confidence and trying to show it here in this race.
Okay, follow the action. Follow the action. Starting on black.
Lauderdale won. They're the defending champs. Everyone's gunning for them, and they've got almost a player coach at this point in Team Race World Champion Cole Fanchi.
That's for sure. Yeah, he just won the Team Race World Champion this summer in Turkey, which was a very good win against some really good teams. So he's the leader of the team. Much younger group with him this time, yeah. A few other teammates are traveling, so he is heading up the whole team and trying to do his best here to rally the troops. So right now it looks like a very tight race around Mark 2, right?
Yes, sir.
Don't worry.
1-4, 1-4-5.
Yeah, this downwind leg is gonna be interesting. Let's see.
Yeah, so what we have here, to be honest, is again, it's another situation where the one has 2 opponents behind him, and depending on the coaching style and what they like and philosophy, for me in this situation, black will go 2v2 on the pink to try and pass forward for a play 2 and a 2-3-4. So balancing out those 2 pink boats would be super important. And I think the one should just keep the one so that he can control the race in case black is able to convert.
And in this case, what would you mean by balancing out for those ones that are new to team race?
Well, you see you have 2 blacks and you also have 2 pinks coming down. So you need a black with a pink,
Yeah.
either side. We don't want to have an overload to one side and then they go around us. So here are the pink threes coming in, and
Here we have the first ping, trying to set it.
okay. So what I'm seeing right now is both blacks are going in behind, and pink now setting the mark trap is going to set for the guy outside to round in front.
Yep, nice mark trap by Cole Fanchi, putting Jackson Wilcox into, well, no, around the outside. Cole
Yep.
Reap defending pretty well. Cole's controlling the zone. He's
Carolina.
calling starboard. He's calling mark room. He's closing the door. And it looks like he's achieved at least a 1-2.
Yep, very good attempt there by the team in Black Carolina to block the trap on the guy that was outside, but I think recognized it way too late. The guy on the outside broke the overlap, and the other sailor had to sail their proper course, which is to round the mark to the next mark. So Cole did a great job of pushing the guy on the outside and able to get that guy in the second place.
But Carolina's winning right now. They have the Lauderdale Sailors in 7th and 8th, which is a losing combination.
Yeah, this is tight. So what's
More
going to happen
trapping.
here?
Trapping from Wilcox and Cole.
LYC playing back.
Double
over
trap.
there.
It's important now for the 5 and 6 of Carolina to block the 7-8 that they're setting that trap for, right? It's getting a bit crowded here. It might be a few protests at this. Oh my goodness!
Oh, we hear
They
the
just
flags.
came out of that mark trap in 5, 6, 7, 8, Carolina.
1-2-7-8 to 1-2-3-4.
Yeah.
That's quite a double mark trap
Yeah.
right there.
100%.
And a penalty
And a
on
penalty on
Carolina. Ooh, insult to injury.
Yeah, very strong move by Lauderdale.
You know, I mean, in those situations, again, it's always important to understand both teams are trying to accomplish something. So when that double mark trap comes, it's super important for the 5 and 6 to block, right? That double mark trap is coming for the 7-8.
Yeah.
The 5 and 6 has to block that 7-8 from getting around that mark trap. If they don't block, then they end up in a situation like that. So that's a tough, brave move by the Lauderdale team, which is what was supposed to happen, and maybe not so great of a good blocking situation there by the Carolina. But let's see how it finishes here.
Well, the race was very condensed, and you got to do unto others what's being done to you.
Perfect. That's exactly how you say it.
And learn from mistakes.
So now we're coming to the finish.
Switching the drone in 3, 2.
Pink boats are balancing nicely on the right side. You can kind of see each boat is paired up or in the same area code or vicinity of the opponent, right?
Yep, Lauderdale looks like they're going to take the 1-2 and just finish with that here.
It's like a
it's not a
1-2-4.
1-2-3 anymore, but
Super important. The pink guy coming in on the starboard ley line there has more options to be able to finish and not get stopped when you're coming in on that starboard ley line. Very good. Tacking to the finish. Maybe a 1-3-4, maybe something like that. Solid.
Okay, so go ahead and go to Mark 1. Mark 1.
yeah, some close finishes. A little hard to see the pin on the drone,
Go to 400 on Mark
but pretty sure Lauderdale got that, especially finishing in 7th with Carolina in 8th. But great race by Carolina. Nice job staying solid around Mark 3. And you know, Mark 4 is always a super challenging mark when you have boats jibing onto starboard on a reach leg.
Yeah, so forgive me, but this is best of 3 here with these guys, or is this best of 5? Wow.
Best of 5.
So first race here goes to LYC, but as Arthur just said, I mean, very competitive. The Carolina team was winning up until Mark 4, which is the last mark and last leg, and very good move by the Lauderdale team to communicate a double mark trap there, and was able to convert to a 1-2-3-4, which is as strong as you're going to get. Which makes that last leg a lot easier for them finishing. So great job there. 1-0 to LYC 1.
Switching drone view.
So it's best out of 5, yeah.
So it's a dramatic finals here. Great to see all the sailors who've been eliminated. My teams, for example, watching and learning from the best sailors in this regatta. And when the race committee the finish boat has tabulated the finishes, they put up a colored flag to signify the winning team. And then you get cheers and groans from the spectators on shore when that verdict comes down.
Definitely one of the best team racing venues you can find, simply because If you ever had a view behind us, you can see everyone just watching off the dock. Super easy for spectating. Filming as well for coaches. We film and we're able to use and play back so our sailors can see where the mistakes happen. Because usually the stories come back off the water. Well, I wasn't there. Well, the video shows you were there. So having the ability to film is super awesome as well to help teach the sailors.
Yeah, that's really good. Looks like we have next Coral Reef Jack Club Vectran against Lysol Black, and this will be best out of 5. So first to 3.
2 versus 5, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Best out of 5.
That's 3 minutes to the start, and yeah, as Coach Omari said, it's just really a perfect team race venue, and team racing is just an awesome sport, super sport within the sport. We have stadium sailing here. We have a co-ed sport with umpires, flags, a lot of excitement. Let's put it in the Olympics.
Yeah,
No, for sure.
I like that one.
That would be
I like
great,
that
honestly. And like again, like you said, like I remember me growing up in Opti is one of the things that the only thing that I guess my mom really didn't like about me sailing Opti is that she couldn't see me once I was on the water, right? But having this event is like being able that you can see your kids. It's really nice that you can actually see your kids sailing and competing, right?
Super awesome. So the umpires that we have in the water, very important for them. I mean, they have to watch the calls, watch the situations every time, and a lot of it is like last point of certainty, right? They're watching as things happen and they're following into situations, and they have a very important job to make the right decisions based on what's there, and could be the decision to make or break a race for teams. So I always tell my teams to try not to involve the umpires. The best way to win team racing races, it's not team race at all. Just be fast and be 1, 2, 3, 4 on every mark, and that should be always the goal. But when you're in a situation where you need to be able to change the race or slow the race, then you need to know what you're doing. So it's the perfect team races are the ones who can do both. You know, just be able to be fast, technically good, and able to slow the race or when they need to, and make things happen.
Alright. We're gonna have the drone off for about 5 minutes here. We need to do some battery swap. But going back to what you were saying, Mari, yeah. Also, you know, when you get engaged in a protest or something, right? Sometimes it's like, again, if somebody protests you, you only gotta do 1 spin, unless the judge is involved. They red flag you, then you gotta do 2 spins. So sometimes it's just also better off to accept the situation that you're in, get 1 spin, and continue with the race. Otherwise, you get stuck into 2 spins, and then even you will be even more way back.
Well, it's a procedure, right? So I mean, in this situation, 2 spins obviously just takes a much longer time. So you have to, if you're in a situation where there's doubt about whether or not you're in the right, you know, you loudly, I'm spinning, or I accept, and you go and you do that 1 turn penalty and keep going. You do 2, you may end up losing 1 or 2 boats in that situation. So it's just being smart, understanding your position of your team, understanding what happened, and if you feel like you were the person that committed that foul, accepting it and doing that 1 turn penalty is a lot faster than going.
Moving on and keep the head high.
Yeah. There's also a huge thing about the procedure for a protest. In team racing, everyone gets really close and it gets really hectic, and boat handling is a thing. And you have this little red thing called a protest flag that needs to be displayed if you want to actually file a protest. And if you don't, it's up to the judges. They're gonna go green flag because the procedure wasn't followed correctly. So the kids have to be aware of that, and then they have to get their flags back and seal their flags after that again. So it's a whole lot going on, a lot of boat handling that goes into this. So it is tricky.
Correct. Oh, it seems
start
that
here.
our race against Coral Reef Vectran against Lysol Black, it's on. They just started.
Great start, looks like, from both teams.
Yeah,
Looks like Coral Reef's controlling most of the piers here.
I saw it in the green boats.
I saw it in green, yes.
I saw it in green.
Follow green 2. Follow green 2. Keep them to the right of your frame.
Omari, what is a Vectran?
My team's named off of lines.
Of
So the
what?
first team, like lines, like spectral lines, things like
I
that.
see.
Dyneema. I don't know, I just wanted to keep it like sailing. but then I'm running out of names. So depending on the amount of teams I have, the names get all fluky.
What are we doing next year? Shortcourt?
No, I've been doing team. I have line names for like the past 5 or 6 years. So
nice.
most teams are, you know, LYC 1 or LYC Black. It's either numbers or colors, right?
Yeah.
So I just kind of pivoted from that and just went the other direction, just something different.
Okay, almost there with the drone.
I like it. It's good.
All right, looks like we'll be having the drone.
Okay, go to mark 3. Go to mark 3.
What do we have here?
Switching to drone view in 3, 2.
Getting close to the top mark here. Got the drone back on. The first bows round is what? A green? This looks like a green. So blue looks like a 2-3.
Yep, close race here. Neither team really in a solid play yet. And you win these races by having better finishes, but the advanced teams have plays that they run, just like in any sport, right? Like in football, you have a play that you run, and most of our playbooks at this point are pretty much the same. I know I've been sharing and teaching mine for years, and yeah, we call the 1, 2, 3. That's the most solid to play 1. Nobody has that yet, right? But you know, there's a difference between winning the race and really being solid. It looks like green's doing a good job right now, almost having the blue team in Coral Reef into last, 7th and 8th.
And it's important to see from the video there how spread out the front of the fleet is to the back. So if there's one team that needs to slow at some point, they'll have to start slowing pretty hard to condense the race again. For me, you never want it to be a runaway like that unless you're winning, right? You're stable and you're winning. Other than that, you're just using up course and marks if you just keep going around that you could actually use to slow or make something happen. So I like it when it's a lot closer, but if you're the winning team and you're stable, you're going for it. You just keep going.
For sure. So we team race, we make maneuvers to get into our plays, and then once we're in the plays, it's turn on the burners and going fast.
Yep, exactly.
And if we got to slow it down, fortunately the Opti comes with a brake. It's
Which
called
is
the rudder. And you just jam it over.
That
like
is
you're
a hand brake if
brake.
you've ever seen one. Yes, exactly. So here we go, the guys in front. It's difficult, especially with current. You know, some of the sailors they know they need to set a mark trap, but they're like 30 seconds ahead of the fleet, and they try to sit at the mark for like 30 seconds. With current, a lot of times they end up out of position, hitting the mark. So in that situation, on the downwind, you want to start slowing a little bit. Let the fleet come closer to you before you set that mark trap, so you're not sitting there for a minute.
Having good timing with that car.
Good, perfect timing, super important. Here comes judges behind the fleet here. Wow, still a tight race here, huh? The combos still look 2-4 for blue.
All the middle 2 greens. I can't see the number.
7-8 for blue, no?
Still Coral Reef in last and second to last, but maybe passing
Maybe
here, maybe
inside out.
rolling on the reach. We'll see.
Very tight
These
race.
tight races, yeah. The back of the race is the key part. So nice job by our Opti TV camera crew here, giving us a great view. Going along on the reach and then coming into a mark trap here. There's the jibe to starboard.
Both went on the inside of that jibe. It looks like both blues got caught in that one jibe.
Oh, we got
which
a judge.
definitely puts them in the 7-8 again. I hear a lot of whistles.
Do we have a flag?
Not in this race.
Okay, go to finish.
And
Yep.
LYC Black into a 1, 2, 3 combination here.
Yep.
So 2 good mark traps around the 4th mark, mark 4. And LYC Black is using this event as Lauderdale, when I coached them, we did for many years as training for the Opti Team Cup Berlin. So best of luck to Coach Pepe and LYC Black when you go to represent USA and at the Opti Team Cup. It's a 34-year-old team race in Berlin with teams from all over Europe and all over the world.
Yeah, how is that event, Arthur? You've been there a few times. Pretty well ran. How is it? I have never been, but you've been there a few times. Pretty
It's
good?
amazing. It's German engineering on a rolling start format. We sail a starboard trapezoid versus the digital N, which is unique, but actually puts a premium on fleet racing and just such a welcoming host. Stefan Weger and the Potsdamer Yacht Club just running a top-notch event with umpires from all over Europe.
Amazing.
Look like we're about to finish here. We got the finish line right between this white boat you see and the orange mark.
Looks like green has 2 that's already finished. Blue is really trying to get that last 2 green in 7 and 8, but there's a stop here, isn't there?
Yeah, they broke up the 1, 2, 3. They did a nice job. Coral Reef not giving up on the race. That's important to be resilient and chase with all your speed. But it looks like LYC managed to cross the line.
Too close. Too close. But
Well,
good try.
for the ones again new to sailing and team race. So what just happened? You just saw the boats crossing the finish line. For those ones who don't know what the finish line is, it's an imaginary line, just like the starting line, identified by the boat and the orange mark that you see on video.
Now it's up to the finish boats to do the tabulation of the scores, which for us looking from here looks like it would be a green win for LYC Black.
So LYC up 1-0.
1-0, best of 5.
But again, this doesn't mean everything's over for Coral Reef Jacob. They still have 4 more races.
First team to 3 wins.
All right,
let's see how it
looks like
goes.
then we'll go back into the other set. LYC 1 against Carolina Red.
Hand to Mark 2.
And Caroline is in black, no? If I can remember.
Yeah, Carolina.
They look good right now. It looks like they have, okay. So they have a 2-3-4, play 2 here. Imported, oh no, they don't have a 2-3-4.
They're winning though. They have the Lauderdale boats in 7th and 8th once again.
Yeah.
Oh.
And now, good job by the pink. Now they take the 1-2. And now they have a little bit of strength because together they can set a more effective mark trap to compress the race. The 8th boat in pink is super far back, which is also an issue. That just means that those 2 front boats have to really compress the race, and that guy has to sail super fast to catch up, because for them right now, they really need those 2 pink boats to get a strong combination here, probably going for a 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep, never fun when you get super far back, but it's happened to all of us. I remember a team race at College of Charleston where I got so far back the race behind passed me.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow. You have to tell me the story about how you got
technically
there.
won the other race then.
Jesus.
Switching to commentary.
So the other team now, they really just need to push the race. Pink team is trying to slow, and the black team is trying to push, right? So we do that by breaking overlaps, things like that, to force the other team around the marks.
Oh, we have some action on Mark 3.
Some
right now.
action on
Looks
Mark
like
4 for sure.
Definitely something's gonna happen here.
Already, the boat behind is already caught up, it looks like, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, pivotal mark trap. Lauderdale slowing the race down there and at least retaining first place, maybe first and second. We'll see. So again, their mark traps and the boat from 8th into 3rd place.
Wow.
Not giving up, catching up. And again, just Mark 3 magic for Cole Fanchi and the LYC 1 team.
Yeah, it's amazing there. And we spoke about it earlier, you know, they're trying to slow. The 8 was super far behind, all of a sudden, they have a play 1. Stable, strong combination. 1, 2, 3 here. Oh, nope, we have a pink spinning for that move in the mark here. Look, we got a spin going on. Big change here in the race.
That are following the race.
Big change here.
Aye.
Yeah, just follow them. I'll cue you
Oh.
in. Hold on.
Still 7-8. Cole doing a great job here. Really, really maxing out these mark traps. And again, putting Carolina in 7 and 8.
No, there's a
That 8 pink is
They're
still behind.
yep.
Okay, so that's 6-7.
So it's still lead for Carolina here. And that's
There's a lot of action happening right now.
So what is the main thing here for the LYC team? What exactly are they trying to go for here? Just for
at
for
this
the
point,
audience
it's
out there.
desperation time. We got to lock down 2 opponents and not let them finish.
Put them in last and second to last. And I mean, for some coaches, the way they do this is different. Obviously, the guys in front for the pink team needs to identify those 2 black boats at the back, and I think you just need to go 4 versus 2 to keep them behind and let them take the 1-2. Hopefully, they keep going to the finish.
Okay, going to drone in 3, 2, 1.
We got our eye in the sky back up, so that's great. Going to provide a good view of how Lauderdale does what Omari said and attempts to attack 2 pairs, prevent them from finishing until their mates can catch up.
You see a pink now trying to bear down on one of the boats there, just behind the finish boat right here now. Worst thing is to let them tack here. You wanted to kind of pin them out past the ley line of the boat. But now that person is below, maybe over trimming their sail a little bit here to create a massive wind shadow is what's going on. Yep. Slowing, huge slowing situation happening here.
And there, when they tack away from the line, you have an opportunity to pin again. You can do the intentionally crappy roll tack.
Right.
Yeah, intentionally.
That one slows you down. Looks like it got a little bit worse for Pink here.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a win for
Carolina.
Carolina.
Wow.
Knotting the series at 1 apiece.
1-1. Yes.
Oh, this is good.
It is on.
This is good.
And it's good to note that Carolina, both races at points were winning, and Lauderdale did a really good job of converting to winning and then back again. So it's back and forth. It seems like both teams are communicating well and have an understanding of what they're trying to do, right?
Got some of my next generation of AYC sailors here in the booth. What's up, guys?
Hi. Hi. Hi.
Hey guys, from Oregon, that's you.
All right, switching to
How's the event been for you guys?
Good.
Good? Good learning experience?
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome. You come back next year then?
Yep. Yeah.
100%. Okay, we like that. So what do we have on the course now? Oh,
So now we're
Blue
on
and,
we're in
green.
sequence for next race.
LYC versus CRYC Veteran.
Yep.
Race number 2.
Race number 2. Right now we have the one win for LYC. Green.
Yep. LYC in green, yes, and Coral Reef in blue.
Ashton, you want to sub in and commentate for me for a sec?
Hello guys, we have Ashton here from Annapolis Yacht Club. Subbing for Arthur.
I think
Alright, so
my
right-
team said black.
Well, right now we can see the race right now we
They
can see
are
the
on
race
the dock,
committee
yes.
again.
I'm gonna
on
check
off.
with that. Yep.
Also, all these races really can't happen with all the crew we have on the water, counting the judges, especially the race committee, right? Like those are the ones running the race out on the water, right? Even though you have people on land, making sure everything's running smoothly, one of the most important jobs out there is the race committee, right? They're running the flags, indicating the time.
go Mark 1.
Yeah, no, huge effort, volunteer effort. You have the PRO, the race committee, you have the umpires, you have the finish boat, you have the mark boat setting the marks, you have the guys on land, not the yacht club providing the lunches. You got the parents here that bring the kids and the volunteers that keep people off the dock. So it's a huge effort in terms of volunteers to get an event like this going. So we have Ashton over here. Is this your first team racing event or what?
No, it's my 4th.
4th. And you guys are a very young team. How old are you?
I'm 12.
12, right? So you guys are building a team for the future.
Yes.
Yes? How happy were you with your team this weekend?
I'm pretty happy.
Pretty happy? That's good. What do you think are the most important things in team racing? What have you learned? What do you think is the most important things?
Definitely mark traps and fleet racing the first beat.
Fleet racing the first beat.
Yeah.
And understanding what that means, right? You want to go super fast because you want to be in a 1, 2, 3, 4 at the top mark if you can. Right? If you don't have to team race, you can just fleet race around to the finish. It's the easiest way to win a team race.
Yeah, sometimes it's very easy to get stuck in doing too much team race, right?
Super over team racing. It happens a lot. Happens a lot. So now we have first beat of race number 2 of Lysot and Coral Reef Veteran. Lysot won the first one. They're in green. Coral Reef is in the blue boats. Can't quite see. They're rounding the mark. It looks like.
They're getting into Mark 1 right now. So we have
Okay.
Team Light.
Looks like. Let's see what happens here. Everyone's tacking on the ley line here. You have 2 blues on the outside,
There's one of Coral Reef Veterans
one
on
inside
7.
and behind. Okay, they should split this trap here by the green boat. Should never let one opponent slow 2 boats. You need to push that person around the mark. Keep the race moving. All right, what are the colors we have? Wow, looks like green has a 1-2, right?
1 to 4, yeah.
1, 2, 4, which is a position for play 1. That blue boat in third is super important at this point. Both teams are doing different things. Blue's job there as the third boat is to start slowing the boat behind them so that they cannot complete a pass back for that boat to get a 1, 2, 3. All right, so there's 2 boats in 1 and 2. Here we go as the second boat now is trying to play back on the blue boat, and the blue boat needs to play back. It looks like a foul. Now they have a 1, 2, 3. Not great for blue here. They're chasing the race. Only positive is that it's a downwind. The wind is coming from behind, so they need to do a very good job of covering here to get back into this race on this downwind.
Follow the action, going back to you.
Ooh, is that an Acra?
Yeah, nice fast boat. Just
Imagine Acras could team race.
oh my goodness,
That'd be something crazy.
it's way too fast.
Not sure that's in the budget.
Exactly.
We generally like to not team race boats that are fragile, not team race boats with carbon bowsprits, and you know, the Snipe is a great boat, but it's not for team racing. It doesn't come with a brake.
Yeah. Each mark trap will cost around easy $2,000 per mark trap.
Imagine trying to slow a NACRA for a mark trap. I mean, when they stop, they stop. But once they're going, it's super hard to get them to get to that point. Yeah. They're not moving anymore.
Yep.
So it's super good.
Two 2020 champions from this regatta in NACRA 087, Cody Rowe, KJ Hill, sailing out to
great job in
the
the
ocean of
NACRA circuit
practice.
as well.
Yeah, they just won nationals.
Nationals and finished first on the 16 team at the Worlds or some championships in Europe, I think, too. So doing good. Young team, but been working at it since they got out of the Optis, and now really showing that they're experienced. So it's good.
Definitely Opti is the place to be when you want to get better at sailing.
For sure, for sure. The Opti is the basis for everything, and the tactics, the situations, the rules knowledge, and the teamwork that you get from team racing really gives you a good foundation for the next boats you sail.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have that last leg here. Here is our NACRA coming in. Looks like they're on that last beat.
Looks like Team LYC will still got the...
Very close at the back. A whole lot of action happening here.
I think we have a red flag. Red flag for, I believe,
Red
Team
flag for
Coral
Coral Reef. Boat number 2 blue.
We're spinning.
Let's see if any of the blues that are up front can try and get out, pin someone out, break up that 1, 2, 3 situation.
Now, can there be a red flag from the umpire without a protest?
Can they be? Yes, there are umpire-initiated calls, like hitting marks, stuff like that. So definitely, boat-and-boat situations, protests be filed by the sailor. But as Arthur just said, like there are some umpire-initiated calls that does not need a sailor protesting.
What if I hit my own teammate? Can the judge call a flag on me?
Yeah, that's a teammate contact situation. And 1-1, either one of them needs to spin at that point. I don't think it matters which one, does it? Or I mean, I think it matters strategically with your team which one you want to spin, but either one of those guys have to spin to exonerate themselves from the foul.
Yes, when you hit your teammate's boat, either one can spin.
Looks like LYC. Looks like this will be a win for LYC with the 1, 2, 3, 7 or 6.
So that's 2-0 to LYC right now.
All right, one more race for LYC and they'll take it.
One more win. We'll put them through.
One more win, yeah.
Coral Reef veterans have to come up with the goods here, as they're making the races competitive. But LYC's finding ways to get into the winning situation. So let's see if Coral Reef veteran can cook something up here, trying to get their first win of this series.
And we're on the first beat with Lauderdale and Carolina.
Sorry.
See if Lauderdale can get off the line a little better and not be having to run a 7-8, put the other team in 7th and 8th.
That was twice.
Race,
both
that's
races.
always nice.
Yep, both races they went. I think they did a 7-8 on the other team.
Take a little pressure off yourself by sailing fast.
Yeah.
And we believe now we're on the third race for LYC 1 and Carolina Red.
Score knotted at 1-1. This is a big race.
Yeah. We're currently changing drone batteries again.
Okay, go to the starting line.
So we'll be up on the air in a couple minutes.
Switching to you. Are you there?
Hey, we got Morgan on the back.
3, 2.
Hello there.
Try to pan left a little more.
Let's see if we can get another sailor to come in here and sit and talk a little bit about some team racing.
Yeah, that's probably as good as we can get. Okay. Switching to commentary, then go to Mark 1.
Go for it.
Yeah, let's talk about Danielle's glasses. You know,
Oh,
all
they're-
the cool kids are wearing these days, but you
No,
were the first one years and years ago.
Yeah, and also that if you guys really want to know, yeah, this is when Opti started. They started with these glasses, with these same glasses. It had to be Opti TV had to have a look, and we opted for the Oakleys. Even though Arthur doesn't like them much because they're not polarized, but I think they're still great, even though they're polarized.
Yeah, follow them. Follow pink and black.
No, they're not polarized, but a couple trendsetters, Danielle, and then Erica and Sophia Reinecke, and now everyone's doing it.
Yeah. Okay, we're back on race number 3, Fort Lyson. Sorry, Carolina Red and Lauderdale 1.
It's the pandemic of low performance eyewear.
Well, good thing I use this for the cameras, not for sailing. Okay, looks.
Okay, then go to second place. Go to the first pink boat. Stay on the first pink boat.
Alright, what we got here? We got Carolina in the 1.
Carolina in the 1. Everyone's sailing fast on this downwind leg at the moment. The fleet racing that you do from Mark 2 to Mark 3 on the downwind leg puts you in a position to make those passbacks and plays at Mark 3. So it's important to have daggerboard up, heeling the boat to windward, and sailing fast.
We have Lauderdale setting up a mark trap here in Mark 3.
Once again, Colfanchi office hours are open, and a nice little trap there protecting the inside by, looks like Luca Damiano, controlling the mark. That was a nice double mark trap, and it looks like they're probably going to be around in a 2-3-4 here.
Follow this action. Follow this action.
2, 3, 4. That will make it a play 2, correct, Arthur?
Correct. 2-3-4, anything wins. And it's solid. You're with your teammates. Not quite as good as a 1-2-3, but good teams can win races in 2-3-4. And in college sailing, that's maybe the strongest play as well. Teams that run a good play 2 do well at nationals.
I feel like being in the middle of the fleet puts you in a really controlling position, right? You're to go fast, slow down, put pressure on the ones in front, keep the ones back, yeah.
For sure. We have a saying, if we're solid with our play, they will give us a better one. So it's all about just maintaining a loose cover, a loose zone on the opponents, and the head of the power triangle helping as needed.
All right.
So these sailors are really operating at a really high level. You know, you see their roll tacks, rolling the boat, not losing any speed through their maneuvers, looking at the wind shifts on their telltales, seeing the wind on the water, and then the next level of awareness of what's going on around them, their teammates, and the opponents, and then talking through the rules situations for the umpires, so they can kind of state their perspective, and talking through the situations with the opponents as well. So we've got the first Carolina boat coming back, making a hard play there, working super hard to slow the race down. He's rushing to the back of his boat to make it go slower, so that he can hopefully slow the boats behind him. But a couple pink boats up at the finish line. Lauderdale looks to be still in a winning combination. They had a nice zone on the last leg, I think. Really nice play too.
Yeah, pretty good. I love it.
Is that 2-2-0 now, or will that be 3-0 for?
No, that'll be
2-1.
2-1. 2-1, yeah.
Okay.
That was a big race, Omari.
Yes, you're right.
50% of the time, the winner of race 3 wins every time.
Really? I know that. So just waiting the winner of this race here, while the other teams haven't started yet. Coaches are able to talk with their teams now on the floating dock for a little bit. LYC and Coral Reef Vectran.
What color flag they have on the finish
Just
pole?
confirmation that Pink won that race.
The finish.
So LYC won. That is
Up 2-1.
2-1 now.
One race.
Yeah, pink.
One race away from the semis.
It's a win from
Carolina needs to
Lauderdale
try
one.
and tie it up. If LYC wins the next one, then Carolina will be eliminated, and LYC will be moving on to the winner of Coral Reef Vectran and LYC 1, which LYC now has a 2-0 lead. Yep.
Yeah, the winners of these series have a spot on the podium.
Yes, guaranteed. Yes. So
Guaranteed
that's
spot on the
another
podium.
part. Yep. It's super. With the team racing, we express how much communication is important. But with my sailors, I tend to tell them, in practice, that's where the communication verbally happens. But the best way is to really not be speaking so much, but every person knows just by situation what their job is. You don't want to telegraph, your maneuvers. Hey, mark trap, because you're telling the other team what you're going to do.
You want to spill the secrets.
Well, I mean, it's not really a secret, right? It's one of these things where the best teams are the ones who know in every situation what their job is, and because the teams are so well drilled and gel together, the other teammates knows what's coming without even someone communicating it to them verbally. So for me, I'm a big fan of the silent sailing. But that comes after working together.
No, once
and
you get
understanding.
working
Yes,
with your
exactly.
team, getting in sync, everybody being on the
100%,
same page, right?
100%.
Again,
100%.
practice, and hours.
Everyone needs to take care of their job first before worrying about the other.
Yeah,
It's always got to be like that. So
totally agree.
see how these teams are. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of shouting or anything from the team so far. So it seems like they're going in the right direction in terms of the communication. But definitely some good racing happening out
Yeah,
there.
we've seen a lot of team race action.
Stay wide on the starting line.
Favorites.
Who do you
Any
think
favorite-
are the
what's your-
favorites to win, Arthur?
Ooh,
Team racing.
really,
is tough.
really anyone.
Exactly.
Really,
That's
everyone. We have
all the teams.
we have some really good teams here.
Yeah, so team racing, as we say, there's so many variables. You can go out and you can have a team member capsize or two or three people over in the start because
Everything
they're
can
too hasty
happen.
and
Everything
anxious.
can switch so
Exactly.
so fast.
Exactly.
Stay on the starting line.
Like I said, we always kind of viewed this regatta as training, as a warm-up test event for the Berlin Team Cup. So, Omar, I have a lot of experience and tips on losing the finals at this regatta if you want me to share with you.
Hey, so
I've
how
actually won it a few times too, Arthur. So at the end of the day, it is a great event, and everyone comes and assemble their
very nice,
teams. And as I said, Arthur is the host of this event for a long time, so he's won it a few times, and he's been to Berlin a few times as well, and was won there. So never an easy regatta because you can see that the winners usually go on to that regatta and do really well. So. Yeah, losing to the guys who go to the Berlin Club and win, I am okay with that. I know that that they're a good team.
how does a team get selected to go to Berlin? Like who?
Well, when we first went in
yeah.
2016, it was we won the U.S. Nationals, and
That was a qualifier.
then we won in Berlin. That was Justin and Mitchell Callahan, Bella Casaretto, who are all freshmen at Ivy League colleges. Joey Mahar, Connor Boland, key players on that team as well. And yeah, then we did well there. We won the next 2 years. Stefan Bakers won that event, and then the next year we got third. And they said, oh, well, we actually like having you guys and like the way that you're representing the country. And so we actually want to keep bringing 2 U.S. teams. So now there's 2 U.S. berths. You can finish first or second at Nationals, and you get to go to Berlin.
Oh, that's nice.
Pretty cool that it's one of the things that you qualify as a yacht club, right? On individual regattas like team trials, you're qualifying and you're you're going with new sailors, and that's an amazing experience as well with a different coach. But here you qualify with your team and you go with your coach. So I think that's pretty special for like the history of yacht clubs fostering sailing in the U.S.
Yeah, for the kids, must be very exciting, you know, to represent their country and go overseas to an international event like that. Must be a really great experience.
Yep. Country and club. That's what we like.
So where are we out on the race?
Don't let these two on a team race team together.
Awaiting the start of the next sequence
We
here.
do a savage together. We break like 8 boats.
Hey, why don't we have Miguel over here join us for a second?
Mike,
Mike.
come sit in my seat for a little bit, Mike.
Hey guys,
Watch a
we
little
are
bit of
here.
the action.
This is Mike Doe.
Dowd.
Dowd. Sorry, I'm very Hispanic.
okay.
I got an accent.
I have an accent too, but I'm from here. Depends where we are.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Are you sitting on the starting line?
So it's Dow.
Down.
Dowd. Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm working
Thank you.
here.
So I can blame our mutual friend Alfonso on the pronunciation there. All right, we're gonna go back live on the course. That looks like we just got the warning gone for the starting sequence. Okay, next we'll have, I believe it's Coral Vectran against Lysot Black. And if Lysot gets another win, this will be it for them. They'll go into the next round. And Vectran will be
Back to the splicing shop.
back to the splicing show.
The delay between races is because the umpires have to get back from the finish line to the start line. We really have the hardest working umpire crew here this weekend.
Yeah.
Just follow the action from the corner. No. I'll leave you. Yes.
Actually, this looks like Lauderdale and Lauderdale and
Which then goes to
Coral Reef.
if they win, they're competing for third. If they lose,
Lauderdale and Carolina on the star line, pink and black. Lauderdale in pink, the Carolinians in the black sails.
Oh, okay. Oh, so we okay.
I think my son and LYC are decent.
Hey guys, how many races did we lose at Mark III this regatta? Like, let's watch the Coleman cook.
Watch and
Right?
learn.
Oh yeah, don't have no watch.
Lost a couple races at Mark III.
Looks like there's always a lot of action happening between Mark 3 and 4, right?
For sure. It's kind of like a double cliffhanger in a movie. Like, you think that the deciding factor is going to be Mark III, and then a couple boats jibe in the zone at Mark IV, and there's chaos, and a lot can and turn back again.
Oh, we just got news. Looks like we'll have the drone back in a couple minutes.
Someone call the harbor master that NACRA is speeding.
Yeah, we got a couple catamarans on the course. And we also have a bunch of people on the sandbar. Bunch of partiers.
excuse me, guys.
We're going to talk about this while Amari's not here, but in years past we've had a coaches race here. And the last one, Coach Mike and I lost. Philo and Omari and Pepe were victorious. But
team
I
race
think it would be
coaches
cool to
regatta?
do an alumni Opti coaches race. You know, have like the NACRA team versus the laser team.
That'd be great.
As
long as I'm involved. Love to sail.
Everything's going on the YouTube channel.
No, we're going to umpire.
Opti TV YouTube
That
channel.
would be better.
I'll join the Empire.
This is going live. Right, this very second.
All right, that's the start, and it's all clear.
You'll have to stay so I can't send
No
you
boats over the line, sailing fast upwind. trying to outspeed and then gain control of the boats around them. Get to the front of the fleet and then help your teammates out.
Follow the action. I got a bunch of people asking me questions, so hold on, I'm trying to get the drone back. Okay, switching to drone view in 3, 2, 1.
You know, guys, this looks a lot like LYC in the pink boats, so I'm thinking that maybe the format was actually best of 3, first to 2 wins. Getting a thumbs up from the PRO.
Scoring table. Our chief scorer.
Oh yeah.
All right, so Lauderdale and LYC, their top teams are on the podium, and the winner of this series is going to advance to the finals against Coral Reef. How many wins to take this series, Mr. Kyle Assad? 2 wins again, best of 3.
Okay. So our fault on that is best out of 3, not best out of 5.
Hey guys, no, sorry, no, not here. Not by the tent. Go play over there.
So great job, great regatta, Coral Reef Vectran and Carolina Yacht Club. Awesome job, you guys. They've been eliminated, but I think both squads have to be really happy with the result.
No, definitely they still an great event.
So we've got LYC in pink and Lauderdale in black.
Well, we really we're getting some action on Mark 1 here.
Move over to Mark 2.
I always felt like the black sails were a disadvantage. It's really hard to see the telltale that's on the back side of the sail. Mike, what's your favorite sail color?
Well, we were hoping to be in the pinks, but we ended up dropping down a few places, so they were the best ones. But
Perfect world?
in a perfect world, I would have stayed in the pinks the entire regatta, but unfortunately, we had some bad races, and we got to sail all the different colors.
And it looks like LYC in a 1, 2, 3 right here. Into the lead on the first race of the semifinal. And it looks like we're going to do a 4-5 matchup as well to determine the final place between Vectran and Carolina. All right, I'm getting some updates on the format, and we're going to have some free sailing, and everything we've told you about the format previously is completely wrong.
So just forget it.
Making the announcers look smart. Okay, switching to drone view. 3, 2, 1. No, actually scoot over to Mark 4. Stay wide.
Oh yeah, we got LYC. Very,
LYC has a nice lead here.
yeah.
Easy 1, 2, 3.
I'm sure.
Running away with it. Coach Pilo and Pilo Rocha, one of the best coaches in the world, and Coach Cole Fanchi, are going to have to make some adjustments for race 2.
The pan left over to the boats. Stop panning. And follow to the right.
So the new format, or what we believe is the format, is we have a best of 3 here for the berth in the finals, and then the loser of this best of 3 is going to race the winner of the Carolina Vectran race. So Carolina and Vectran not out of a podium spot yet. The winner of their Consolation series will then race for the bronze medal with the loser of the semifinal.
Correct. The finals will be a best of 5. Time permitting.
Came up with the format for this regatta.
I wonder who that could be.
Yeah, go to the finish. Go
Totally not Arthur Blodgett.
every team that came here got 9 races off in 2 days. So pretty good event.
Yeah, no, lots of racing. That's definitely really good. So Mike, tell us, how long have you been coming to this event?
I've been coming to this event since I think 2012 or 2013.
Oh, that's pretty
So
good.
it's been a long time. I think I've only missed one. So since then, we've been on the podium a couple times, and we've been in the finals a few times. But it's it's always fun regatta. It's easy for us. I came down from New Jersey. We don't have to bring boats, so for my team, it's really nice to be able to,
Just fly
come
down
down just for the weekend. The kids don't have to miss school, and I get to spend a nice weekend in Florida when it's starting to get cold in New Jersey now. So
Yeah. And you're coaching Team CERT, correct?
I coach the CERT team, yes.
Amazing.
And we love team racing.
The first year I had a really top team here, 2015. We actually lost in the finals to CERT.
That was it.
And tears were shed for sure. And then we went on to lose in the finals of Team Race Midwinters to Lakewood. And so constructive failing on the way to the kids getting it together to win nationals that summer.
So this is the Carolina race.
Yeah, it looks like that was a win for Lysot Black.
Okay, switching to you. And
So one more win for Lysot and we'll move into the next round.
A lot of team racing is how you deal with adversity, and Lauderdale's got to be thinking about that, sailing back to the star line right now, down to one more loss, and they're out of the finals, so they're going to have to win 2 in a row, going to have to dig deep, stay positive, stay resilient, and hopefully give Lysot a good race. How are we looking at for the Carolina Vectran race right now, Danielle? I see the boats are coming up to the windward mark.
Looks like the blue sails.
Yeah, it's trying to set a little mark trap over here, the Coral Reef, at Mark 1. Yeah, they're definitely, the race is slowing down right now at Mark 1.
okay, for this one, let's zoom in and let's try to get close-ups of the kids as they ground Mark 2.
Looks like a big time mark trap from the green sail, really stopping their boat right on the mark.
So as the kids start to get to Mark 2, just pick one, zoom in, let's get a nice close-up. Yep.
And that's Carolina in green and Vectran in blue.
Oh, but again, another update on the format. This looks like it's only a 1 race. So whoever wins this
Okay,
moves on to the next round.
3, 2, 1.
Starting to see the green boats come back now. Trying to convert this to a 1-2 maybe. Kind of an even match right now.
Pretty close.
Yeah, well, we're looking. Some team race happening at the back.
So going to drone view in 3, 7, 8.
And most sailors will be familiar with the rules that are in play here. There's port tack and starboard tack, and a boat on starboard tack has right away over a boat on port tack. There's windward leeward.
Who has right of way over windward and leeward?
Mark room situation, Coach Amari's reminding us of. The boat that gets to the zone around the mark, 2 boat length zone, clear ahead, has rights to that mark.
Oh, looks like we're gonna have a really tight,
Yeah, this is
some tight team racing at Mark 3. Oh, we got someone spinning.
looks like right now the
Carolina Red had to just take a 2 penalty turn.
there's no one inside. It looks like green 3 has room over here.
All 8 boats
Very
almost
wide
in the
rounding.
zone together here.
Looks blue team's kind of
Ooh, it looks like
winning
Blue's
right
on
now.
Yeah.
really getting a really strong play too. Unless they can get. Ooh.
Trying to roll the green.
Umpire's going for his flag here. And nope, no valid protest now, it looks like. Carolina in 6, 7, 8, they are losing at this point.
Chasing hard.
Green's gonna go.
Cannot go down. Cannot take more room than what he's given.
Green 4 is going for a mark traps.
That is white.
So on the belts.
And a nice job by the last coral reef boat, rounding the mark tight, slowing down a little bit,
Tag.
controlling the zone, controlling the mark until your teammates are around safely.
Yeah.
A lot of times sailors will ask me, young sailors, how could I be wrong? I was on starboard, right? Or why did I get a penalty? I was lured. And with every rule that lays out who has the right, there's also a limitation on that right. So if I'm right of way, I can't change my course too fast for you to avoid me. I have to allow you the opportunity, the time, the space to keep clear so that we can avoid a collision.
So if I break that, will that be like a neutral ground for everybody, or will I get penalized if I break that time and space you just said?
Right, well, it's the umpire has to make a call, right? Or the sailor has to think for themselves about did the right-of-way boat change course too fast, or was the keep clear boat not keeping clear?
No, I want you to go to start line.
So you could
It's a
still
tough
get
call.
Yeah, so you could get penalized
Make another one.
for being in the right, but not executing the right way. Let's put it like that.
For sure, for sure.
Many times, you know, with the Opti, the boat is so maneuverable, you can really turn it sharp, but that doesn't mean you're giving the other boats room to keep clear. So it happens all the time where, you know, the kids, they tack their starboard, the other boat can't keep clear, so there's a collision, and actually the right-of-way boat gets the
I guess
penalty,
penalized.
so,
Yeah.
For sure. Anytime there's a collision, it's 50-50.
yeah. Oh, looks like a big rough there by the Coral Reef team. And it looks like Carolina might have lost this one, so
Yeah.
7-8.
And again, this is a one race for these two.
One race. Consolidation round. Consolation round.
Count. Yeah.
Right, so Coral Reef Vectran awaiting the loser of the semifinals to try to knock him off the podium.
Okay, so
He's
back
the
to
zombie
LYC,
format.
One to Lysol, we're in sequence. Again, if Lysol has another win, that's probably
Back from the dead. Coral Reef Vectran down but not out. They were able to splice it back together.
they spliced it. So that means they still have a chance to get into podium, correct? Yeah, they have a chance to get into
Yep.
place.
I wonder how Coral Reef is feeling sitting on the bench, you know, like having to wait all these races to go sail the finals. You know, it's an advantage or is it a disadvantage sometimes waiting, you know, not warming up like the other teams, you know, coming off a winning streak, going into the last race, you know, they're warmed up.
Yeah.
You know, the other team is sitting out just waiting. So
Yep.
see what happens in the finals.
No, the Lauderdale hosts have been giving them as much ice cream as possible.
Trying to fatten them up. for
Getting
the
them
light
ready.
weights this afternoon.
Yep, keep going, keep going. Keep going a little more. Yep, all right, follow left, follow left.
Okay, start sequence. This is a pivotal race. If Lysol can win, they're on to the finals. And Lauderdale hoping to take a win here and make it a winner-take-all third race.
Sure.
Okay, we're gonna meet mark one, meet mark one.
Boats are looking for a lured overlap on each other here on the start line. If I'm lured, I can head you up into the wind, and you can't sail into the wind. So I can basically stop you from sailing
And that
using
will
the
put you in a-
rules.
that will put you in a great advantage.
That would be good.
You can also also control their time. You know, if you're heading them up, you know, they cannot make it to the start. They're stopped, right? Or they have to tack out. So usually the boat that can hold everyone up and they control their time at the start.
So Arthur, what do you think are the biggest challenges at this venue that we can look out?
Ooh. Well, I think it's hard to adjust to the boats for the sailors. You know, a lot of them are used to really, like the race sails are different than the team race sails, different cuts. So, you know, we always felt like it was great training for Berlin because when we got in those, you know, brand new winter charters in straight from Denmark to Berlin, we always felt so fast. It's like taking the training wheels off. That's a big challenge, and team racing is a big mental challenge, right? To do your job and trust that your teammates are going to do theirs, to sail fast, to team race just enough, to stay positive, to not give up on races.
It's also a challenging base in here, you know, where it's kind of like sailing in a lake. We're surrounded by big mansions with big wind shadows.
2 big canals.
There's a little bit of current. We were lucky this weekend with high tides, so you know we've been here many years where the tide is low, and where you know kids are sailing on the second upwind and they're running aground, so they're sailing with the center boards halfway up, or they're calling for obstruction so they can tack, and it really narrows the race course when we have low tide. So we're lucky that we can have a nice sized course this year. So.
I know the conditions overall have been pretty good this year, right? We've had beautiful wind.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's super.
Rain yesterday, but
super shifty, and Mike, you building that big house there didn't help us.
it's my guest house.
All right, so it's a clear start, and
it looks like Pink might have a 1 and 2.
yeah, Pink looking like they're in the lead right now.
Maybe 1, 2, 3 if the lefty comes.
Pretty deep 8 for Lauderdale in the black sails, but not out of it yet. Just need to pass 2 boats and slow the race down.
Boats are approaching the first mark here. Now, one of the key strategies is to approach the mark on starboard, especially if you're one of the first boats. You want to get to that starboard ley line so you can, you know, block anybody coming in on port that's not on your team and try to let your teammates go. Like we're seeing here, this guy clear ahead, rounding the mark.
Cole Fanchi's bailing his boat out, keeping it light and dry. It's a key skill in the Opti class, putting the water back where it belongs. And a Lauderdale sailor around in second, so they are not out of it yet. LYC winning, but a close race.
Looks like there was a penalty there.
Ooh, penalty on one of the Lauderdale sailors. That's going to be costly.
No. Okay, go down to Mark 3.
We have LYC on a 1, 2, 3. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 3, 4 for LYC right now. 1, 3, 4, and trying to trade up to a 1, 2, 3. You see their lead boat is setting a mark trap. That Lauderdale sailor is really the last hope right now, boat 3. Making some good maneuvers, filing a protest. And a red flag on one of the LYC boats. LYC might have a 1, 2, 3 though out of that, so looks like they won the battle but lost the war on that one. Downwind is really the trailing team's best chance to catch up. They're gonna try to cover the wind of the team that's leading. Have a chasing maneuver here called the high-low, where a boat's going to go high and cover wind. Boat's going to go low and fast. And the 1, 2, 3 remains intact, but Lauderdale super close.
This last bit is gonna be interesting.
A protest from LYC.
Oh, looks like we might have another flag.
And a green flag, green flag. So Mr. Fanchi not out of it.
Yeah, quick shout out to the all the umpires out here. You know, they don't really have the easiest job out there neither, right? Have to follow the kids all day long, right? Really paying attention to it. Like they gotta have their eyes glued into the race, right? So we don't miss anything.
Yeah, it looks like we have 2 umpires per boat, and we have 2 boats per race. So they try their best to see everything, but there's always some that get missed. And really in sailing, it's a self-police sport, and the kids are really responsible for taking the penalties when they know that they're wrong. But the umpires are there to help confirm if the kids are not sure. So if they take the penalty themselves, it's only a 360, and if the umpire calls them, it's a 720 or a 2-turn penalty.
Lauderdale hoping for a miracle here.
Looks like we're having a.
I saw with a 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of 1, 2, 3s turn into 1, 2, 7/8. This regatta, it's never over until the end, especially when you have a boat in the back.
Sorry guys, I thought we're having just. Oh, we're back.
Okay.
We're back. Sorry, we were having a little trouble with the connection. Oh, we're back with the camera.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Looks like
Nope.
You can zoom in a little bit.
Alright, looks like we're gonna be out for the drone for about 10 minutes.
Good.
And LYC took the win there.
So this means they're into the next round.
We have a finals. LYC and Coral Reef in the finals. And Lauderdale's got to be in knots to have to race Vectran for third place.
And the race for third place will be a 1 race, and finals will be best out of 5.
Best of 5 finals, okay.
Yeah, unless we get another update on the scoring.
Okay, let's take this break and let's give you a fresh one. Just stand by.
So,
Stand by. I'm gonna bring it to you.
Shout out to the assistant umpires we have helping out on the bow of the umpire boats. Good to have a second set of eyes on the on all the action. We've had local high school sailors, former Opti sailors, Parker Bustamante, Lucy Mahar was out yesterday, Laura Hamilton today, and Anna Smith helping out and gaining a better understanding of the rules. It's always great to see the racing through the umpire's eyes, Mike.
yeah, more of the factors of why this is a beautiful event, right? Like everybody just comes together and makes it happen, right? It's like,
For sure, this is a big home regatta for the Lauderdale Yacht Club. Amazing hospitality. Taking my new team down here from LYC, I think the kids were pretty blown away by the venue and the commitment to awesome sailing.
yeah, that's pretty nice. And you get to enjoy the Florida weather, right? Isn't getting this is about time when it gets cold in Annapolis, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
I figured James might be sort of moving.
Alright, it looks like we're just waiting for everything to reset for the finals. Kids might have a little break here.
Danielle, you've spent some time in Annapolis, but not during the winter time, huh? Just this summer?
Yeah, no, I took the right decision of going. I'm not much of a winter person. Definitely Annapolis is a beautiful place, summer and winter time. Totally recommended to go sailing there. It's just, I'm from Mexico. I'm really used. I'm like an iguana, like I really have warm blood, right? I get cold easily, but.
We have an Annapolis sailor here who.
Hey, Marianne.
Hi. Swag.
Hey, what's up, Brooke? Hey, we have a sailor back here from South American Championship. How's it going? What's up? Nice job. Thank you. Want to be on Opti TV? Sure. All right. Here you go.
Hello.
Hello.
So tell us, how was the South American Championships?
It was interesting. I did not like the venue. It was really confusing.
Where was the event again?
It was in Rio de Janeiro.
Rio, yeah, no.
Brazil.
But it was very beautiful.
Yeah, it was really pretty.
Yeah,
Oh,
A lot of current though.
yeah, Rio can get
That was the
interesting.
Olympic venue.
Yeah, for 2016, right?
Yeah. We stayed in the house.
So, Brooke, you sailed the South American Championship. Mike's coached the South American Championship in the past. So what is this regatta?
Basically, it's all like the South American countries and then a few of the North American countries. They come, and it was like a big competition.
It's a wonderful regatta. We take our top 15 sailors here from the U.S. Every year to the South Americans. So,
Again, it must be very exciting to represent your country, right? And go travel overseas
Yeah.
with your entire team, coaches.
Yeah.
take care, safe travels. Team racing.
We got 1, 2, 3 in the Nations Cup. So
Awesome. How's the Nations
That's
Cup
pretty
look?
good.
yeah.
1, 2, 3 is good. Yeah.
Nice. And how did you qualify to represent the U.S. at that regatta?
So basically at team trials, I had a broken knee, so I had to like just push through it and work extra hard. And then I got 20th, and then qualified.
Awesome. And you're in high school now. Any plans for after the Opti?
NACRAs.
Yeah,
All right.
We were just talking about NACRAs a bit ago on the video.
Yeah.
Pretty fast boats,
Yeah, I started in the summer.
very high performance.
Yeah, we called the harbor master. They were speeding.
Ooh. First red, white, and blue coach I had, but in Green Fleet, when I first came out of Green Fleet, you were the first coach I had.
Okay. All right. The Green Fleet Ocean Clinic. That's right.
Yep.
Yep.
Greenfield
Teaching-
Ocean Clinic.
Yep.
With Emilio.
That sounds really good.
Yep. Teaching them how to tow here at Lauderdale. We have this nice team race venue close to shore, but then most of our training is out on the open Atlantic Ocean.
Yep.
You guys are also pretty close to the Gulf Stream, right?
I think so.
Which makes it even more fun to sail.
Awesome. Well, Brooke, we'll let you be a celebrity. Go say hi to all your friends. They're psyched to see you back after 2 weeks, and great job representing the U.S.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brooke. All right.
Looks like
Yeah, we're on
teams are just warming up, getting ready.
we're just on a little break over
Yeah.
here.
Although we should have practiced in Maryland today.
What?
We should have practiced in Maryland today.
Looks like the sandbar is filling up. We got lots of boats coming. You know, we actually had to tell some of the boats to stay away. So
Let's go to the starting area.
nice.
Yep. Hopefully keeping their music PG around the Opti sailors.
Right.
Mike, do you want water?
I'm okay.
Okay, we got live view.
Okay, so this looks like the third place race here between LYC 1 and Coral Reef Vectran.
Yeah, we have on our race committee boat Carol Ewing and I think Terry Hamilton. Who else is on there? But they're doing a great job. They've been, you know, running races and picking up those flags all day and all yesterday, just getting them, hammering them out. So they've been doing a great, fantastic job.
Yep, we had a couple rain squalls come through yesterday. Carol said, "Get me my jacket and let's keep these races running."
Yeah. That's all the coaches and kids ran for shelter. They were out there.
Got Mr. Cash Flynn on the Mark boat as well, doing a good job keeping the course more or less square.
Gotta stay hydrated.
Yeah, with the level and but that way you kind of have the versatility. No, with time up, you release it from your battery full. Okay, going to you.
And one thing I'm noticing is a lot of sailors checking for seaweed now. As the tide starts to go out, we start to see more debris in the water, a lot of seaweed, sometimes some palm fronds. So some things to be aware about, you know.
This is why they pay you the big bucks, Mike.
I guess that's the beauty about sailing in a way, right? There's so many factors once you're out there. It's just not sailing on a straight line. So many variables, so many factors you need to be thinking of all the time, including the seaweed that runs through the water.
My dad would say sailing's about who can be the most observant.
Right.
And when your boat's at the dock, you're not observing the water going by. So when you leave the dock or leave the coach boat, you got to check for weeds.
Yep. It's like 10 seconds left.
Alright, looks like we'll be out of the drone for 5 minutes, but we'll be back running it definitely.
Another nice start. All clear.
Clear start. Looked like Lauderdale controlled the boat end, but coral reef the pin. Got a Lauderdale boat tacking out the back.
We have Lauderdale in blue, right?
Nope, Lauderdale's in green.
Nope.
Lauderdale in green and the Vectran's in blue. Couple coral reefers have crossed out of the left side. Getting clear of the wind shadow from Mike's house. Crossing to the right where they are gonna be able to come back with starboard tack.
Close race here.
And hearing a flag right there, an umpire just made a call. See if we see anyone taking some penalty turns. Got a question from our viewers back home. What are penalties in a team race?
Penalties in a team race?
Penalties in a team race. Penalties in a team race are, it can be something that you acknowledge a penalty for or assessed by the umpire, right? And if you acknowledge that you committed a breach of a rule, a foul, then you're gonna do a one-turn penalty, a tack and a jibe, or a jibe and a tack. And if the umpire has to give you a red flag, for them saying that you broke a rule, they're assessing you a penalty, then it's a two-turn penalty.
Correct.
Tack, jibe, or jibe, tack.
Right. It's all got to be in the same direction.
And after getting well clear of other boats.
Right.
You cannot spin in the middle of the race course.
What would happen if while I'm spinning, I hit another boat?
Probably you're gonna have to keep spinning.
So
Got a mark trap here
oh yeah.
at mark 1. Coral Reef at first, and Lauderdale 2-3-4 with Fanchi getting around that mark. Wilcox and Kai Waters. 2-3-4-5 for Lauderdale. That's the most solid play 2 right there. 2-3-4-5. These techniques, these plays, they're based on the college system that most American colleges and their coaches use. So sailors are learning skills that they'll be able to carry forwards with them.
Yeah, the only difference is here we do a 4 versus 4. In college and high school they do a lot of 3 versus 3, but
More than
techniques and everything.
420s, right?
And 420s, yeah. But, so the combinations are slightly different, but the goal is still the same.
For sure. The concepts are the same. The terminology we try to make as much the same as possible. I asked the Roger Williams coach, Amanda Callahan, one of the best team race coaches in the country, if they still split the banana, which is one of our play calls, and she said yes. Roger Williams splits the banana.
What is the split the banana?
I can't tell you, Mike.
We'll have to go to Roger Williams, I guess. Or LYC.
Okay, as you come down, come out, and falling down. Just zoom on slowly out.
So Lauderdale still had the lead, a play 2, 2, 3, 4 around Mark 2, and they're coming on the downwind leg. Again, everyone going fast here. They're heeling their opties to windward to put the sail up in the air more. Picking their dagger boards out of the water. They don't need them for lift when they're sailing downwind. And coming into the leeward mark. And there's going to be a mark trap here. Surprise, surprise.
Oh, it looks like Lauderdale got the one.
And Lauderdale, if Cole can close the door here, yes he can.
Yep.
Putting his teammates into 1, 2, 3. So if this result stands, then Lauderdale will take the bronze. And not just a 1, 2, 3, but a 1, 2, 3 with
a 7,
2 opponents in the back. We call that a double ace. Keeping one opponent behind you is always, then we have a fallback plan.
Right, you're kind of giving yourself a chance to, let your teammates sail free.
For sure, 1, 2, and them in last always wins. So while we're trying to go 1, 2, 3, if we can also keep them in last, it's gonna improve our chances.
A lot of times in this scenario, the guy in the 6 will do some gapping on the 7 and 8 to really let his team sail forward and solidify the win before the race is over.
Yes, that's correct. In a play 1, the 4th boat might gap.
Yeah, it can be very effective too at the marks here. It's no risk.
Well, we just got the warning signal for the first race of the finals. ISO against Coral Reef Spectra.
It's a little hard to see from here, but it looks like the Lauderdalians should be crossing the line in winning combination, so locking up that 3rd spot on the podium, giving their home fans something to cheer about, and some swag to take home from the award ceremony.
Okay, you see that first red boat number 2?
So the first race of the finals is about to start here. LYC Black and Coral Reef Spectra.
Best out of 5.
Coral Reef Spectra. The superior line.
Me personally, I'm a Dyneema fan. Right. Right now they're just waiting, kind of trying to position themselves to the right side of the starting line so they don't get caught by the starboard boats. So you'll see most of the teams will hang out more on the right, just waiting and making sure that they don't get caught on starboard and pinned on the other side of the pin end.
Nice job, Coach.
All right, that's the 2-minute.
And this will be a best of 5 series, right? So these teams that are starting to feel each other out here, see who's going to draw first blood. But as the series progresses, the coaches, the sailors will be making adjustments, and yeah, it's going to be an exciting final. horns you're hearing in the background, that's a sound starting sequence. The sailors have a 3-minute countdown before they can go across the line. Did either of you guys team race Optis growing up?
No, honestly, me growing up on Optis, I mainly more focused on fleet race. I started team racing college. Like team racing college it's a big thing. Which once I started team race, it just made me regret that I should have started team race earlier because it's really fun.
It's a great skill. I only did one team race as an Opti sailor. I think it was in St. Petersburg. I don't remember how we did, but it's a very long time ago.
Yeah.
I've done most of my Opti team racing as an adult at this regatta here, so.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, I mean, it just teaches you so much, you know.
Yeah, it really advances your starting skills, your boat-on-boat encounters, your tactics, all those things, are really important in team racing, and just putting yourself in all those situations really helps put you to the next level, and it really helps your fleet racing.
Yeah. What about you, Arthur? How much team race did you do? Did you do any team race back in Europe?
No, I grew up sailing in Maine, so we didn't team race the Opti, just fleet racing, but I had to do it in college and had to study pretty hard just like you to catch up.
Yeah.
So started the first finals race.
Here we are.
Nice job. It looks like the black.
Don't worry about that right now. This is the first of the final.
Who's in pink? Let's check.
Yeah, one of the black boats in deep 8 here off the line.
Lysod. Looks like Lysod might have a little advantage right now.
An interesting coral reef spectra here. Looks like they've elected to take the black sail boats. Lysot in pink.
Little light wind right now.
All right, looks like we got the drone back for. We'll be back in the air in just a couple of minutes.
Nice, yeah. As the drone footage gets, better and better, and the batteries get longer, and we get more experience, and we get better commentators. Like, I think that this sport can really take off.
Oh, I don't know if you guys heard that, but yes, that's the drone going on.
Meow.
Looks right now like the pink team might have a lead, but it's too close to call. Definitely the two black boats in the back, so Coral Reef didn't have the best start.
Okay, switching to drone view and 3.
So I see that Fort Lauderdale has an interesting format for the racing here. Looks like Coral Reef Spectra didn't really have to fight its way into the finals. They were just already there.
Yeah, that's actually an old format that predates some changes that I made last year to the round robin. That maybe not the smartest design. I'll take credit for that, but we tried it and it achieved some good things. Of teams are racing teams of the same skill level over and over again, so that's good. And if you prove that you have a higher skill level, you race better teams. After it all shook out, after it was all said and done, Coral Reef was the 1 seed. They get the bye to the finals, and that's the traditional format for this regatta. Probably Bob Mahar, Jorge Añese were the originators of that.
I think that's pretty good, to switch up stuff from, like all the other college team regattas follow the same pattern, right?
No.
Round robin or Swiss League, we usually get it all the way through.
Right, but in college, don't the wins carry over through the finals?
No, we do, yeah. Well, I mean, at least on my years back there, we were doing round robins to the end.
Until the end, round robins, right? So
or the Swiss League.
So
depends
no
on which
knockout.
event.
Well, it looks like here we have a
pretty
1,
cool to
2,
have.
3 for Lysot. So they made a nice mark trap there, and looks like now they have a clean 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 5, very strong.
Very strong.
And the 5 is gonna play forwards here. They're gonna just try to help their teammates extend with the wind shadow. Mike, you mentioned that they might set a gap trap, and they may well do that at Mark 3, but for now, the best way they can help their teammates is to cover the boat ahead of them.
Definitely.
Let's go tight on for 3.
It's cool, though, to have every event be a different format, right? Not every regatta needs to be the same.
I totally agree.
That's a nice change. You know? Yeah, the way this format worked was you were ranked, and then the teams, as you won a race, you moved up, and as you lose races, you move down a bracket. So, you know, the sailors, even if they were ranked last, as long as they win their races, they have a chance to move all the way up, and teams that are ranked ahead, if they lose races, they start moving down.
Chief scorer Kyle Assad, big shout out to him for entering all the scores and finally letting us know the format for the playoffs. And he runs the CJ Buckley 420 Team Race National Championship every summer. And so I think we're going to go from the Arthur system to the Arthur League. I don't think the Swiss want anything to do with it, but to the Kyle Swiss League next year. And so hopefully this event will keep getting better and better each year. I know that all the kids here this year had a great time.
Yeah, this is a really popular event. I mean, every year we've had 20 to 22 teams. It's, yeah, this is a good one. All right, rounding Mark 4.
Always interesting to see how teams, when they're winning in a 1, 2, 3, spread out on the last leg. There's a couple different zones. Even at the college level, the St. Mary's College zone is different than the Boston College zone. LYC runs the St. Mary's. Right now, I go with the BC.
The 3-boat weave. Yeah, you can see the pink boats here. Team LYC, they're doing a really good job spreading across the course and protecting each side. So in case any wind shifts happen or in case the opposing team gets out to a side, they don't come back, right? They have somebody to cover them.
For sure. And some synchronized sailing. All boats tacking in unison at the same time.
Right, so they don't cover each other. That's one of the main goals, is not to cover your teammates.
Give your teammates lanes and leave a path of destruction behind you.
Amazing. And so, first win for LYC. A tough loss for the Coral Reef team.
It's just one race, first to 3 wins, so lots of chances to come back. This is just the beginning, and sailors are going to come by. The coaches are going to have some input with them, some adjustments, some knowledge on the course, adjusting the sails. You have 5 sailors. Sometimes you can rotate in your sailor, right?
Yeah.
We have 4 sailors sailing at once, but sometimes a team of 5.
Yeah, we just want to give a huge shout out to Bayern from Germany that is out there watching us. Thank you, Bayern, for supporting the
Opti
TV channel. Let's go. Hopefully we'll have you at this event one day. See you in Garda.
Okay, we're going to switch to you now.
And confirmed from the score, pink is the winner of race 1.
All right, now we'll go into a little reset. We will have our team sail back to the race committee area so we can start the next one.
Little break, little coaching. We'll see if our mics can pick up Coach O and Coach Pepe from here.
So what other events can we find team racing? Like, is team race regattas only on team race? Like just on a specific regatta for team race, or we can find it combined in other regattas?
Yeah, for sure. That's a great question. So the team race specific regattas in the U.S. is the Lauderdale team race, the team race nationals, which happens in the summer, and that's the qualifier for Berlin, and then the team race midwinters in January or February, which are going to be held at the Sarasota Yacht Club this year again, and Mike's hometown. And that's the qualifier for the Marco Rizzotti team race in Venice. I was fortunate to be one of two coaches to qualify teams there last year. The Americans finished second and fourth. Either team really could have won the event. We were one win away from winning in fourth place. And yeah, so those are the major ones. And that's kind of, as a coach, how you would map out the year is kind of do a couple week unit on team racing leading up to those kind of 3 areas of the calendar: the nationals, the midwinters, and the LYC team race, and hopefully Team Cup. But then at IOTA events, International Optimist Dinghy Association, they'll pause partway through the fleet racing regatta to have a team race. So there's team race South Americans at the regatta of the South American Championship. There's team race North Americans. There's team race Worlds, which the U.S. were champions this year.
So how will it work? Like after the fleet race happens, then you get a day of team race, or is like split between that you get like a?
Yeah, they'll run 3 or 4 days the qualifying rounds of fleet racing, and then at Worlds it's 2 days of team racing, and then back to fleet racing for the gold round, a couple days of the championship.
Oh, that sounds like it could be a good thing, right? Like you're in the middle of the fleet race championship, you get a 1 day off to clear the mind, or.
For sure. The teams are seeded based on their fleet racing results to that point in the regatta. And these aren't club teams. These are the best of the best that qualify based on their fleet racing skills to sail together. So you kind of never know if those sailors are going to have the same system, the same understanding, and be able to work together as a team. But this year, with sailors from just 2 teams qualifying for Worlds, 3 sailors from Lauderdale, Cole Fanchi, David Mateo Coates, and Gil Hackle were part of that Team Race Worlds team, and then James Pine and Travis Greenberg, they had sailed together a lot, so they were able to make a good team together that already had a lot of reps under their belt.
Yeah,
That's very good.
they were a really experienced team racing team. I think everyone there had won a nationals or a midwinter championship, so we sent a very solid team this year.
For sure. And I just like what team racing does for the culture of your whole program, of your whole team, of fleet racing as well as team racing. Sailing can be such an individual sport, and sometimes sailors, if sailing's the only sport they play, or they only do sailing and golf, or they only do sailing and tennis, then they're really an individual athlete. But getting them to buy into that collective and team mindset is, I think, really, really beneficial.
Yeah, many of the sailors, it's their favorite part. They'd rather team race than fleet race.
Yeah, for sure. They feed off of it, huh?
Yeah. I think it'd be great to add more team racing events to the calendar. If there's any venues or any hosts that want to make more team races, we'd love to support it.
Yeah, I think we have something cooking on that for the Mid-Atlantic, don't we?
I will bring up the TV to film it.
All right, sounds good.
Looks like we have the warning signal for our second race of the finals.
Another team race.
It's up by 1 right now.
Another team race we do every year is the St. Thomas 1 day of team racing before the fleet race starts. That's another great one that I like to bring my team to, and we always have beautiful conditions there.
When is that event?
That one's in June.
In June.
So,
Awesome. Right
Can I
before the
go to
season
that
starts.
event this year?
You can go, yeah. If you can get a team, you can go.
Alright, sequence up.
Nice.
So my official role is I'm on the board, so I'll probably stop by as
So we've got LYC in pink, Coral Reef in black.
They don't switch, right? Boats.
This regatta, they do not switch.
They'll stay in the same color set for the entire finals.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah. The leading team gets to pick which boats that they want. That's kind of their advantage.
Yeah, curious choice with the Coral Reef Spectra choosing the black sails. Be interesting to interview Coach Omari after the regatta.
I guess they just don't
Get his
look looking
thinking.
at their back tiltles.
Yeah.
The lure tiltles.
They can feel the wind. They don't need telltales.
Right. That was 1 minute and 30 seconds to start.
Then again, his team's in the finals, and my kids are sitting on the dock, so I think I'm going to say Omari knows best in this case.
Yeah. He's another veteran to this regatta. He is. All right.
1 minute to go. Sailors approaching from the right of the committee boat, as Coach Mike pointed out. Trying to get to leeward of their opponents so they can hook them up into the wind.
Right. Here we go. Yeah, you notice the sailors don't get to the line too early, to avoid not being pushed over by their opponents.
Yeah, and you don't want to fall off the foils either.
Right.
I'll be back in a second, guys.
All right.
Here, you can wear the mic with the headphones if you want. Here.
Oh boy. Moving up in the world.
You're becoming a real commentator. All right.
Okay, that second horn and flag means someone's over. And we've got to see who it is. PRO Carol Ewing hailing loudly. And so far, I don't see anyone going back.
Follow the action, follow the action. Carry that, follow the action.
Okay, they've cleared. They've cleared. The flag is down. So all 8 boats participating in the race now. Sailing upwind. Mike, I think you're right. It's getting a little bit lighter, the wind.
Yes, it is.
And a little choppy with all the power boats going by on the intercoastals. So a little bit more of a drag race now, huh?
Yeah. It does look like the right side's paying a little bit more, but that left side sometimes gets really blocked by the houses and you start getting some big wind shadows, with that point with this wind direction.
You really didn't have to build your house that big.
But make sure you vote for Chip.
It's election season here in Fort Lauderdale.
Right. It looks like Coral Reef has the 1. There.
Oh, yep, a couple black boats in the lead for sure. So Coral Reef down 1-0.
A couple people are asking if this is an open event, and yes, this is an open regatta. You need to contact Lauderdale if you're interested in coming and ask for a team.
Haven't kicked us out yet.
Yep.
It is open, but it's by club, each registration. So each club might only get a certain number of teams. We're open, but capped at 24 registrants.
Yeah, you can enter multiple teams. Coral Reef, I believe, has 3 teams here at this regatta. Lauderdale has 3 teams. Looks like LYC has 2 teams. So
Keep the mark in center. Keep the mark in center.
all right. Looks like the first
Wow,
boats are
Coral
rounding
Reef
the mark.
looks like they're going to be around in a Maybe a 1, 2, 3. Oh, we'll see. Oh, nope, there's a mark trap. Looks like a LYC boat snuck in there.
No, it's
All right. Ashton Perkins joining me in the booth.
Coral Reef definitely lost.
Another close race here.
Yep. Like we say, the weather mark trap is the friend of the team that's losing. And
Yep.
LYC really changing the complexion of that race right there.
Yeah.
Coral Reef needs to get like a 2 for on a mark track.
So yeah, looks like
LYC 1, 3,
winning.
4, making a pass back, trading up. You get to the front of the fleet, and then you help your teammates also get to the front of the fleet. And then we say, what do we say when the pass back's done?
Release.
We say release, and we all go fast. So.
Yep.
Okay, pitch it to you in 3, 2.
Doesn't matter if other teams know what release means. When we're saying release, that means it's over.
Maybe it's better that they don't know what it means.
Transmission.
Well, this commentary is going to be on the internet, so.
Yeah, so there's no way they
Oops.
don't know.
Oh, we got a penalty on one of the Coral Reef boats.
Yeah.
Looks like they were spinning, but still a very close race for both teams.
Yep, LYC doing a little balancing there, little lured action, luffing up a Coral Reef boat, trying to make sure they get to the lure mark in a 1, 2, 3.
Coral Reef's trying to suck back that last LYC boat.
They're trying to cover the third LYC boat, right?
Yeah, trying to take him out so that they can have a 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe.
Right, right. First they got to catch him, then they're going to gap him. It looks like LYC's rebalanced here.
Yep.
Nice mark trap by former national champion James Algier. Annie Ulmer getting around in third, doing a nice job sailing fast on that downwind leg and accepting the help.
I hear some yelling.
Yeah, definitely a lot of yelling.
Check the cord, the connection. They see my connection.
St. Mary's zone right there. They round, the first boat tacks, then the next boat tacks, third boat
And
covers
they're
right.
Loose cover balance.
Speed zone cover balance, buddy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, the transmission's coming across really bad.
Oh, a port starboard right there. See if we're going to have a protest and what the call is going to be. Close cross there.
Yeah, let's try that.
Tough to see on the drone. Umpire with a good view and a nice position right behind the sailors.
Yep. No call. I haven't seen a call yet.
I don't think there was a protest. Another thing that happens quite often is that sailors might say protest, but if they don't raise their protest flag, the umpires are not allowed to give them a penalty. So
But
It's a big
usually the
mistake.
umpires put a green flag up at least.
Coral Reef had a boat in first. They're now going back to try to make a play here. And oh, ducking, coming down on them in the top left of our screen and
Turn up.
slowed them down a bit there. That might be a protest. We'll see what the call is. LYC taking the 1-2 to the bank. And we'll see if Coral Reef can balance the two remaining LYC boats on the course into last and last.
yeah,
Still bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty bad.
Tight race right here
Going back.
at the finish.
right. Does look like
Lysot's gonna have.
LYC's gonna make it happen here.
But they're
I
low
don't know,
pin.
Mike. I don't think they're making
Yeah.
the pin.
Yeah. Coral Reef's putting them out.
Take that camera off and bring it back here.
Now it's all about Coral Reef pushing back the other boat.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Now the pinning boat's
Coral
gonna
Reef
have
successfully slowing the race down here.
to. Yeah. Lost that pair.
They're still finishing.
And
And I have 20% on the drone.
Still finishing. There's a flag.
Looks like coral reef boat spinning, maybe.
Yeah.
If it's a flag on coral reef, that means a win for LYC.
Yep.
All right.
Very close race.
It was desperate time there at the end for coral reef. They did a nice job making a race out of it, but LYC took the win in race 2, and they're one win away from taking the championship.
It's a best of 5.
Correct.
Yes.
Or is that all going to be wrong in 5 minutes?
Getting a thumbs up from Mr. Assad over there.
Sorry, guys. Technical.
All right, the Eagle has landed. By the Eagle, I mean Alberto's drone.
I mean, the Eagles are playing tonight for football.
Pretty cool to be here in the Opti TV booth and see all their gear. It's an awesome production, and thanks so much to Alberto from the Coconut Grove Sailing Club, Opti TV, and Danielle for making it happen.
Yeah. They've really come a long way.
Bringing the live stream around the world, giving the people what they want.
Making Optis great again.
So it's desperation time for Coral Reef here. One win away from by LYC from being second on the podium. So we'll see what adjustments they can make. Both teams knowing each other pretty well. This is, probably the 5th or 6th meeting of them during this regatta. Coach Pepe, Coach Omari have met many big regattas over the years.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Pepe and I coached 2 South Americans together. Both times winning the team racing. So
Nice.
always a fun time coaching with Pepe.
Yes, sir. Good for him to get to spend some time with you. Yeah, there's a good fraternity among the Opti coaches, wouldn't you say, Mike? I mean, we're rivals on the water, but we're also tasked with teaching sailors sportsmanship, and we end up spending Christmas and Thanksgiving together most years anyway.
Yeah. Oh, we spend a lot of time together.
Especially
And
Thanksgiving.
we've
This
known
year.
each other for a long time, That's the thing about this sport is, these sailors that you're racing against become lifelong friends and people you know forever. So it's a great part of our sport, boys and girls. So
It's a really good community.
it's a great community. Ashton, how long have you been sailing?
8 years.
8 years? How old are you now?
9.
9?
Yeah.
Oh man. That's great.
No, you're
How many-
12 now, right?
Yeah.
How many team racing regattas have you done?
4.
4 team racing regattas. Nice. That's an amazing sport.
And one last important question. Spectra, Dyneema, or Vectran? What's the best line?
Spectra.
One more for Spectra.
As long as you didn't say Vectran.
What team team's already getting out there to practice the race.
Well, it's a busy day here at the Lauderdale Yacht Club. We have, you know, a full house of parents and members hanging out at the bar with a lot of football going on today, football Sunday. It's always a fun part of the regatta for them. And we got all the kids that aren't in the finals anymore sitting on the dock cheering on their friends. So it's, yeah, it's turning into a beautiful day.
Yes, sir. It's a pool party.
Yeah.
Did you check your fantasy football team yet, Mike?
I did this morning, so made some adjustments to my lineup, and we'll see how it goes.
I've been downloading fantasy ever since I realized that there's like 90 different apps for it.
Yeah. Another shout out to Christchurch for sponsoring this regatta. You know, we're happy to have you guys, and you know, wonderful.
Yeah, I just moved up to near Christchurch country, and yeah, they've got a great sailing program. Waterfront on campus. Good coaching staff.
Yep. One of the few sailing high schools that boarding schools that have a sailing program.
Yeah, they're kind of like the Ransom Everglades of the Mid-Atlantic, maybe.
Right.
In terms of facilities
Yeah. Oh, they have.
and getting to not live with your parents.
It's always a bonus. Right.
What's up, Paul Banshee?
We are back in sequence for our third race of the championship.
Hey, Cole, after this race, well, this might decide it actually. There might not be time between them.
What do you want to do?
We want to interview you.
Okay.
I'll be on the dock.
Yeah, they are in sequence.
Well, dance, we got boats and power boats, just not a good one. Okay, we're just resetting the cameras.
Okay, 2 minutes to the start, resetting the cameras, and the scorer's gone to the dock with some concerns about water safety here.
Judges, umpires, if somebody gets hurt, it's going to be real bad, all right? That doesn't have steady blinds in it.
As
Right now, the finals are at 2-0 Lysot, so one more win for Coach Pepe, and they'll be on their way to Berlin.
yeah.
Good luck, Coach. Coach Pepe, American national treasure, the head of the Lysot program, and helping waves of great sailors over the years.
Hi. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Bye.
Great interview.
Best in the world.
Looks like you made a new friend, Ashton.
Apparently.
Let's go for someone's pen and we're going to bring it start here.
All right, so the teams are approaching the start here.
30 seconds.
Tell me when you're ready.
One of the coral reef sailors presenting a protest and a red flag. 20 seconds before the start. That's a tough time for a sailor to be spinning. And it looks like he maybe did not get well clear. So we'll see if there's an additional penalty. It's a coral reef sailor that's spinning.
Looks like was a clear start.
Go to starting line.
It's like the pin was a bit faded.
Off for this race, and coral reef in tough shape with deep 8, but oh, there's a red flag on Lysot. So now both teams with a sailor falling behind. The umpires last chance to administer some justice.
Yeah. Yeah, they've been really active with the calls this regatta.
Yeah, right.
It's definitely gonna be close with 3 boats for each
Yeah,
team.
not the
that's
most maneuverable coach boats, so good to have that second set of eyes in the bow with that skilled high school sailor, former team racer. Laura Hamilton, one of the assistant umpires, is a 2-time team race national champion. So, overall, lucky to have.
Qualified.
I would say so.
Right.
Good balance of umpires who are certified and sailors who really know the Opti.
Eduardo, right. Follow right. Stay on black boat. Okay, switching to drone view.
So it looks like Lysot has control of the left side of the course. Nice puff from Mike's house they're coming across on.
Stay on mark 1.
But also with 2 boats in the back, so spread out fleet here, lots to be determined.
There's something flying.
Yeah, for
What are
those-
you seeing, Mr. Perkins?
I'm seeing that both teams have at least 1 boat behind.
Okay.
So having only 3 boats up there is going to make it way harder to control the risk management.
Stay on mark 1.
Okay.
Drone, get on mark 1.
Yeah, tough to control the race for sure. Really know what play to go into when we're all spread out
Yeah.
up and down the course.
It's like a 1, 2, 3. Play 1 would be a pretty easy one to get.
Yeah, but we don't have that now, right?
Definitely not.
Right.
Okay, coming into the weather mark, looks like a Lysot boat in the pink sails is in the lead, but with 2 coral reef boats behind them, we might expect a mark trap here.
Yeah, you see them waiting at the mark there.
Stay on mark 1. We're switching.
And so they've entered the 2 boat length zone. They have control of the mark. They have right of way on all the opponents coming in behind them that are either behind on starboard or coming in on port tack. And they elect to round there, holding that first place position. A lot of coral reefers coming into the mark here.
Focus. You're out of focus.
Whole team here, in fact, and they're around in a 2-3-4-5. So coral reef leading right now with their backs to the wall, trying to dig deep and extend the finals.
They've always had boat rolling black 3.
Yeah, for those just tuning in, we're on the 3rd race of the Best of 5 series. Right now, Lysot leading with 2 wins. So,
LYC Team Race 2025.
Stay on mark 2. You're staying on mark 2. Okay, Eduardo, keep following the action. We're switching to drone view in 3, 2.
so it looks like a
Mark
little
trap.
mark trap here. Trying to do anything to stop that 2-3-4.
Eduardo, like you told me before, go to mark 3.
Oh yeah, we're stacked up there at the 2nd mark and now just rounding down to the run.
Yeah, go wide, go to 200 on mark 3.
Coral Reef still in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th places
Copy.
as a winning combination and spreading out in kind of a fanning formation.
Keep that balance so that you can defend from every angle.
For sure, for sure. Well, spreading out doesn't inherently give you a balance, but it gives you more time to balance, more ability to balance, more clear air. In a fleet race, we have to spread out downwind anyway to keep clear wind,
Especially,
direct wind to us with no boats behind us covering us, huh?
Yeah, especially if the 2 Lysot boats behind you want to extend that lead.
If there's one thing we're sure of, there's going to be a mark trap here, a Mark III, and things are going to get condensed.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
And that's also a benefit to spreading out always. When you come to the mark trap is not, it's gonna be harder to make with a boat from every angle. You can't hold out one
Lysot
boat.
there lets the first boat round on the outside and elects to continue trapping hard on the inside. Actually allows 2 boats around. So really just prioritizing winning some more pairs here, going super hard on that mark trap.
Yeah.
Really congested now.
Congested, but it looks like still a lead for Coral Reef. And they're trying to make the conversion to play one. Ooh, tight maneuvering there. Look at the turning radius on the Opti, and not quite tight turn enough. They seem to have collided and are taking a penalty turn.
Yeah. Yeah, that's always the tricky decision, is how many, do I want to let anybody go, or do I want to just slow the race down, you know? Sometimes it's better to keep the one, and sometimes you just got to let them go and focus on making that 7-8 happen.
Tough situation there, and you want to help your team.
Right. It does look like Coral Reef ended up taking that third spot, so they're in a winning combination right now with a 1-2-3. Just rounding the mark.
No. You stay on mark 4, Eduardo. I have Ben next to me.
And I hear another umpire making a red flag here.
Zoom in on red 3. Zoom in on red 3.
Tough to tell here if Coral Reef is totally solid with that play one right now or not. Looked like their third boat tacked pretty soon after rounding the mark versus holding for the starboard advantage. That's always a risky spot. James Algeier going to work here.
Draw that pin out.
Another whistle means another call.
Now the action's happening to the right side. Okay, Eduardo, zoom out to 200.
Coral Reef had the lead, but we'll see if LYC can snatch victory from the jaws of defeat.
Yes.
We're on drone view.
Now majority of the fleet over there on that right side. But
Whole fleet condensed.
This will be very close.
and we got one boat way ahead here.
Yeah, that's actually a LYC boat that's in the lead right now. Not that the team's leading, but that they have one boat in the front. That's a big change from what we saw around Mark III.
Looks like
LYC in first. See if they can get in second here. LYC might be pulling this one off.
it looks like they're gonna do it here. They got definitely
Mark
gonna get a
Room.
1-3 here.
Mark Room in by that big committee boat.
Nice, well done.
135 potential.
135, right?
Looks like it.
With the cross right there.
Well executed.
Another call, we'll see what that is. LYC also with the 8.
Yeah, I heard you. Go wide on the finish line. Okay, going.
We're hearing the kids cheering on the dock.
I don't want to be the first to say it, but I think we may have a champion.
I think so.
Yes.
And
just
we
got
do. LYC
confirmation.
has taken the LYC team race. Congrats to the Long Island Sound Optimist team.
Going to the commentators.
Oh, good
High five.
job.
Eduardo, I'm just gonna walk over to you now.
Well, unfortunately, our teams missed the finals, but we're lucky that we got to be here and commentate with Opti TV. It's always a pleasure.
Always a good time. A hard-fought final that the tables completely flipped on that last leg. Huh, Mike?
Yeah, no, it
They're done.
looked like Coral Reef was going to come out with the win there, but you know, in the end, I think the boats went a little too far right and the wind got light, so the tables turned. And LYC made a really great job controlling that race. So
Yeah, nice comeback on the last leg. When you're up 2-0 in the series, you pretty much have nothing to lose there.
Right,
and,
right.
Because
You're,
you get another race or you
you can
win.
sail a lot more relaxed.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, the sailors about to sail by the dock here. Their teammates are cheering them on. child is about to be thrown into the water
Mr. Gandy.
in the celebration.
There goes Mr. Gandy.
And it looks like it's going to take a few of
Yep,
them to
there
bring
we
him
go,
in.
Mr.
Okay,
Gandy
there
over
he
the
is.
edge.
Yes. Mr. Gandy has gone for a swim.
Yes.
You know, it's something that we don't do in our sport very often is dumping the Gatorade on the coach. But I see 2 big Gatorade jugs there, and wouldn't be opposed to seeing some LYC sailors go and find find their coach to dump some water on him.
Ashton, I see you.
Oh, Pierce.
How's it going?
Yes.
What's up, guys?
Hi.
We're on live TV right now.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Some nice
Opti TV, say hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Ashton, speak.
Speak, Ashley.
Yeah, Mr. Fanchi, come have a seat. Come talk to us. Ash, you want to slide over a little bit? You can sit here, Ash. Ash is on
Ashton, actually,
staff
mind
now.
if I get this? this
okay.
microphone?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for showing me.
Here, Cole, you can sit here.
Ashton, did you put the seat proper?
So Cole Fanchi here joining us, world champion, world's team member. Before we get to that and your team, what's your breakdown of the finals? What did you see in those last couple races?
Well, I was here just for the last race, and I saw that Coral Reef was able to convert quickly to a 1-2-3 at Mark 3, and they held a solid 2-3-4 on the first and second beat. But I saw just had a crazy chase on the last beat, and I think I came away with the 1-2-3, yeah, or something.
Looked like a
something
1-3-5 on the drone at least.
Yeah. Okay, well, Lysol had a great chase on the last beat.
Crazy chase.
Yeah.
In your words.
Very interesting race.
So
Nice. And what's kind of the psychology there of being down 2-0 versus up 2-0?
I think it's like for Lysol, I think you can kind of just give it your all, like just go for it, and like obviously you don't have to play it safe. You don't have to like really like you can be risky, honestly. You can be risky for the win. You can be risky to go for the 1-2-3, and you have a buffer. You have the two points up. And then for Coral Reef, like you really have to focus in. You really have to like clutch up the race, clutch up the final, really. And so like, yeah.
Nice. So are you willing to take a little more risk in a race that you're losing?
In a race that I'm losing, it depends. If I'm down like 2-0 in a final, I'm definitely like able to take risk. But if I'm an 8 in a race, I'll take risk. If we're winning in a race, I'll take risk if I'm deep. If we're losing like 5, 6, 7, 8, for sure, take risk, draw a foul, something like that.
Okay, but if you're winning, you don't want to involve the umpires and you want to be more conservative.
Yeah,
then.
you definitely want to just go for speed, just win across the line. So,
Be more safe.
yeah.
Awesome, man. And you had a new set of teammates, right?
Yeah.
No Emilio, no Gil, no Mateo from the last team race you said with Lauderdale. You guys had a great showing. Got the bronze medal. Going to see you on the podium in a minute.
Yep.
At the awards. Yeah, man. I've seen you doing a lot of coaching.
So,
Looks great. Any thoughts on the experience of?
well, my team learned a lot, and really leading the team on the water was definitely new for me because I've never been like an on-the-water team captain, I guess. And so like being so much more experienced in the whole team helped. Like it was fun to give back and like teach them like all my ways, and then especially on the water, like telling them what to do and like winning the races where like I tell them what to do and they win it and they do it. That's like the best feeling, really. So
Yeah,
it was
coming
fun.
up like a team.
Mhm.
Good.
Yep.
You were setting some pretty filthy Mark III traps. Can you tell the young sailors what's the secret to your success?
Set up high in the zone and attack the first boat and close the door. Attack the first boat pushing outside and close the door before they can get in.
Awesome. So that's great advice. Favorite memory off the water from Worlds in Bodrum, Turkey?
From Worlds team racing or just in
Favorite
general?
memory off the water that you can tell us on live TV?
A favorite thing, it was every night, but we'd all go out as a team. We'd all walk down to the city and we go to this restaurant on the water and we eat like all at one big table on the beach in the sand, and we'd all have like, it was really good food, seafood, chicken, like really healthy, and we get to eat there every night and like talk about our days and really like bond as a team, and that was probably my favorite part.
That's pretty nice. What do you think is next for you after the After Optis.
Next, I have the Rock. Is my last Opti regatta, but after that, I'm going to sail Nacris here at Lauderdale, and yeah, I'm excited for that. So.
Amazing.
Awesome, man. Thanks, Cole.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you
very much.
Cole Fanchi. Danielle, any final thoughts from the Godfather himself?
No, I mean it's been a pretty good event. Honestly, we saw a lot of good stuff, great racing out there, great conditions. You know, lots of team race. Again, like we have world champions here, like we have skills from all the levels. So it's also a great event for either practice your team race or get better or learn. You know, definitely very nice from everybody that came out here and race, right? And especially thank you for everybody that makes this race happen, from all the way for people that is cooking the burgers for us, all the way to the Carl running the race committee, everybody. And again, especially thank you to Christchurch for making us, help us to be here again. Yeah.
And I'd say thank you to Fort Lauderdale for the Optis.
Shout out Coach Mauricio. Shout out John Casey, Pilo Rocha, Alex Van Pufflin. Thanks everyone for having us here. It was a great regatta. Brant, you had fun?
Yeah.
All right.
It's good. Thank you, Arthur.
Thank you.
All right, now we're gonna be in a little break for the awards, so we'll come back to you guys for the awards. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll be back.